It's raw. It's uncensored. It's live 24/7. It's chaoticradio.com.
You're cruising on a motorcycle through another dimension and time. A dimension not only of beer and rock and roll, but of twisted minds and sexy women. A wild journey of crazy imagination that has no boundaries. There's a warning, a sign up ahead. Your next stop.
What's up, everybody? It's another Manic Monday. It's that time of the month. Biker Alley. How's it going, guys?
What's up, Zig?
Going, man. It's so nice having that time change, riding from work to here and having light.
Oh, right.
That was.
Hey,
was
but
nice.
JJ, I do. Let's see if I remember this right. I can do start watch party, but then I can still share at the same time on my Zig Ray page, right?
Yeah, if you do the watch party, it'll share that to the page. Oh, that's right.
Already to my page?
I should do mine. Yep. Yeah, as soon as you start the watch party, it just sends out notifications. I think. I don't know. What do I look like, a 5-year-old?
And then I just hit post, right? When I hit the start watch party, I hit
You're
post.
sitting a little low in the chair in there.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yep, I see it. Live from Mevo.
Okay, very good. And then let me go to. I mean, I'm still fucking. It's amazing, dude. I'm such a technological idiot, but at least I have a good time though. Right? Okay, so now
being an idiot's
there we
good
go,
time.
and then I click on. Oh, look at see, I got this. I'm actually getting
Cool, it's
much,
a wash
much
party.
better.
We're in a wash party.
A wash potty.
And I got to share it too. The only thing I forgot was to hit record on this one. So like halfway through the Zig Zone intro, I'm like, oh yeah, record. There's always something.
So now it also sits there and says invite. People are just going to see it anyways.
Yeah,
Right, they're
I
just
think you
gonna
can do
search
both,
somebody.
but you're kind of hosting the show, so I wouldn't like focus too much on Facebook. Unless you do.
I just want to see the comment. Okay, I got that. So it's just the comment page. Everyone knows where
Yeah, I
they're
see
at.
Dave.
Yeah, the notice goes up, so
Dave
it's
Russ
up
commented
there.
already.
Yeah. What's up, Russ?
What's up?
Yeah, I like it when we do the watch party because I get to see the same comments too. Like if I share a live video, and then I'm watching that one, it'll have different comments than what's on your feed from the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. Is
Me
my,
neither.
Is
I'm
my
just
mic,
now figuring it out.
Is my mic a little hot? It sounds a little hot.
I can turn it down.
Yeah, I think we might need to just a little bit.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because in the studio, but when it goes over the
Out,
computer,
yeah.
it just gets really fucking, scratchy. So.
Yeah, last week it was a little reverberated, I guess.
Yes, that's when it's too hot.
Yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
voices were kind of, micing out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because fucking Vijay wants it. He thinks it's his band practice.
Turn them all up.
Everybody, fucking put it on
Hey.
11.
I got two bands now. Last week, I'm in 2 bands.
Nice.
So
I
I'm
know,
playing
huh?
percussion, congas, and stuff for the one band that we're gonna have come in later this month.
Yeah,
and then I
that's-
jammed with some other guys. The
Two
guys
bands.
that we had in the show a long time ago, the one that puked in the trash can.
Oh,
We,
geez.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
jamming out yesterday, so we're probably gonna start up some kind of new project. That was fun.
So yeah, because the family was it
Yeah, Family of Light.
Family of Light. Yeah, so they're going to be not next Monday, but the following Monday,
Yeah, I think it was the 25th.
25th.
Yeah,
Yes,
and then
yes,
we got
yes.
a couple gigs that weekend after that.
Right.
Sweet.
Right.
Hit the ground running.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Chris has his Moto shirt on.
that's
Oh,
right.
look at you.
Gotta,
Yeah,
gotta
Rossi.
support my boy.
Yeah.
No.
Fifth place.
Not bad. Starting 14th and
Right.
finishing 5th.
Well,
That's not bad.
Here's what I got to give. Where I got to give Rossi props. I think I'm still hot. It maybe it's my headphone. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. I think
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there you
think
go.
that
Clean.
was it right there.
Go up a little more.
That sounds clean
That's
to
what
me.
she said.
Up a little more.
A little higher. Little higher.
Okay.
On your thumb.
Right? Hey, pull my finger.
Yeah, Yep. Dave says he can hear you perfect.
Okay, good.
He also says you're hot. No, he didn't
Diesel
say
Dave.
that.
Is that on Facebook? Because I don't see him on the
Diesel Dave is too much, man.
on there. Hear you perfect.
Oh, and by
Hello,
the
Christy.
and by the way, Christy, I just want to let you know
Hi, baby.
we have a female bathroom key again, finally.
Yeah.
So, and there's actually a lanyard on it. So next time you use the restroom, Christy, you're gonna have to put the key around your neck,
Around
so that
your
when
neck.
you walk out, you don't leave it in the bathroom.
And I don't know who caused this, but somebody put a sign in the bathroom that said, "Please don't urinate in the trash cans."
Yeah, literally, it's on the mirror, dude.
And then it says, "Thank you for your cooperation." Cooperation.
You know, I use that. I go to these warehouses all the time to pick up freight, and there's like in the bathroom they're always throwing. There's a trash can, but it says throw your toilet paper in the toilet and flush it, not in the trash,
Okay,
because it's gross, man.
That's
Does-
like in
you wanna-
Mexico, you have to throw it in the trash because they
Yeah,
don't have the
there's no-
stuff to filter it out of their sewer system.
Right.
Right.
so you I'm
yeah,
like,
I wasn't going to say that, but you did. So
well, one of Drake's buddies, same thing at their household. When they get done wiping their ass, they throw it in the trash can. So here I am, and this was, like when they were still in high school, So sometimes he was at the, and here I am getting up in the morning to go teach. So I'm not going to wake anybody up, but there's a shit teepee, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, did I
You know that shit stinks.
Yes. So here's my thing. I'm going, okay, well, maybe they didn't make it to the trash can, and maybe while they were sitting on the throne, they just kind of wiped it up, and then put it in the trash can. Then it happened again. And I'm like, going, what the hell?
Public service announcement. Here in America, we wipe our ass and put the toilet paper in the toilet.
In the
To
toilet.
flush it.
Well,
they do that to put signs up on the wall to remind these people
Right.
of this stuff. It's like, we're America. You can flush your shit paper here.
Well, he stayed the weekend. So here I am getting up Sunday morning to go teach, and there's because I took the one that was in there, I put it inside the toilet so I could flush it, right?
You're like-
Yeah,
You're like, hey, there's a sock and a toilet paper.
So anyway, I'm like, going, what the hell? You
We
couldn't.
all have one, right?
You definitely couldn't take it out of the toilet and put it back in the trash can. So then I get home. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna wake anybody up. I get home and he's already gone, right? So the boys are chilling out, and I go, hey guys, all right. Did somebody clean up after the dog or something like that, or is someone wiping their ass and throwing it in the trash can? And then Drake goes, oh yeah, my buddy blah blah. That's what they do at their house. I'm like,
Oh man.
what? What the hell? And I guess that they don't like their sewer, their
Yeah, in
get
Tijuana.
clogged or something.
Tijuana,
So
they can't
yeah,
flush.
I didn't
They
know
put
that.
it
So
in
they
trash.
maybe they're from Tijuana. I don't know. But
I have
just
to
like,
remind
what?
the students all the time: do not put your paper in the urinal side, and it never fails. I go in there to go pee, and there's always paper in the urinal, and I'm like,
And it just fills up.
all you have to do is shake it. You don't need to wipe it. If you gotta wipe it, put it in the shitter side of the toilet, and they all kind of give me this look, but the company that has to come and pump it, they don't like to do that, and so they've in Fullerton they've gotten on our butts about it, and they're not real nice about it. So
Well, and then the thing is, it's
who
not
would
even
like
our
that?
fault. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not even your fault. And God forbid you're going to actually put your hand in there and that's why this urinal, because there's no fucking bathroom around there. There's nowhere for me to wash my hands. I'm not going to put my hand inside there.
I've actually stepped out of the bathroom
Went got a
and went
stick.
and got a stick and scooped it out and went out and I said, "Who did this? Please,
Oh, my.
please do not do this again because I have to take it out."
Oh my God, that's
Well, we all
that's
got
so
kids,
funny,
so
dude.
it's like, I got 5 boys, so when they're, learning to aim, because, as they grow, they don't know, like, things are spraying everywhere and go in the bathroom. It's like, can you point this thing in the toilet? You guys are peeing all over the freaking toilet.
My
It's
grand,
under a lot of pressure
God.
at that age.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Don't we wish we had that water pressure,
I remember once
Right?
I was able to pee all the way across the bedroom. I was like, I'm trying to hold it. I'm trying. Oh, there it
Yeah,
goes.
it's a challenge, especially out in the. Yeah, when you're like, I used to go dirt bike riding all the time in the desert, and that was fun. See how far you could pee, It's like, look at a fire hydrant. Good stuff.
Today, Drake was out working on his track bike. He's usually never at the shop because he works and he starts work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But he was at the shop working on his track bike, getting it ready, and Dylan brought up Drake when he was younger. This is when I was still living in Lawndale, and Drake, he was probably, I don't know, like 5 years old, and Dylan was sitting on the toilet. Now my roommate Drake her bathroom, it just freaked him out for some reason. Her bathroom was scary to him, you know what I mean? So he didn't want to go in there. So Dylan's going to the bathroom, and now Dylan is the kind of kid that will sit there for like a half hour. It's like, dude, are you okay? So
playing
Drake,
video games.
Are you sure he's just sitting there, or is there other things happening?
right? Well, he
They're
had
boys,
the door was open. You know what I mean? So Drake's like, dude, I gotta go poo, right?
Oh, God.
And Dylan's like, I'm going, just hold it. Or go in the bathtub,
Oh, my God.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like going, Dylan, hurry up. You
Go outside in the backyard like a dog.
And he's like, oh. And then I says, Drake, go into the cat's bathroom. No, I don't want to go in there. So all of a sudden,
Go in the dungeon.
All of a sudden, I hear Dylan going, "Oh my God, Drake!" Drake he's standing there, dude. He pulled his pants down and he just started taking a dump.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, oh my God, he's like, but Dad, he's crying. Dude, I had to go, and he wouldn't let me.
Was he like 5? That's
He's like 5 years old, dude. You know what I mean? He's just
Aw.
still little. I didn't get mad. I mean, it was funny as fuck to me. I'm like, but shit, I had to clean that up.
At least he
know what
pulled
I
his
mean?
pants down. Usually they just, yeah.
Fortunately, most of it went inside his chonies, but still, some of it kind of, kids. But anyways, back
man.
to
Talk about a shit show. We're starting this off right, man.
Right.
Woo! We're getting it.
Oh, the
moving
teak.
quick.
The teak. Want to grab the teak?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I totally
What's the
forgot for the tequila. That's what Scott always calls it. Who's getting the
Ah.
teak? Who's getting the teak? I brought some Patron to Chris's house this weekend. We only finished half the bottle.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
You always bring that headache shit.
No, I
Where's
put it in the freezer, brother.
It was a good night.
Yeah, it was. It was a great night. But speaking of Rossi, he's 40 years old. Just turned 40. All the guys, dude. Marquez is what, 26,
Yeah, they're young.
25. Chris Marquez is 25, 26,
26.
26.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, and then Dovey. I mean, he's like 20, right? 20.
Yeah, it's crazy
Yeah,
how
he's
young
young.
those guys are. And think about when they started; they were like 4 or 5 years old. They've been on bikes ever since.
Right. So I'm watching because I watched the GP when I got home last night, and then I was watching the post race interview, and so they go through all the races and they have Rossi last. And of course, what? Don't grab those.
Don't grab those. Grab
Yeah,
other
the
ones.
skull ones.
You don't like these great big ones?
Oh hell no!
Yeah, those things are like 3 shots in one.
Right. So
Participating?
Negative.
they go to Rossi and
Negatory.
And this chick said, because I had already posted, on my thing, like, what can somebody just stop asking the same damn questions? Oh, Marquez, did you have the wrong tire choice? Or whatever it was. I mean, it's just like, dude, come up with something new. And I said something like, oh, ask Dovey Or Jorge, you know, do you fuck your girls as fast as you ride, or you like to cruise a little bit? You know what I mean? Ask them something to trip up the conversations. And no sooner did I say that a chick gets on the mic, and now she's asking the question. She goes to Rossi. Of course, you know the few she's asking the same stupid question, but she gets to Rossi, and she goes, so Rossi, you know, being that you just turned 40. You know, what's it like to be with the competition that is like average is 20 years old, you know, twice your age. And then, of course, and Rossi, nice, smooth doctor fashion, said something to the because it's hard to understand it. You know, they're like, you know.
I go to the right, you just made
and I push.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I go fast and then the break and, you know, I have to, and I fresh.
Yeah, so but he
And I
said
get up
something,
and I finish.
and then Dovey says, yeah, you know, I remember when I was a kid and I was, you know, watching him, you know, win the GP. I was so excited, and I was like, you know, 5 years old or something like that. I'm like, oh damn, that's fucked up. But Rossi kept this cool. I'm like, oh, he went right along with it.
Professional.
Yeah, place was cracking up. I'm like, going, way to go, Rossi. But he's still holding it down.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know,
He's fast as fuck.
He's holding it down, he can put it down too.
Okay,
I'm sure.
well, the thing is, here's the thing. I know damn well that Rossi, basically, he's worth a lot of money. And
You think?
his thing is like, look, you know, I still enjoy racing. But he knows that there's time limit, but he did mention that he's going to retire. He didn't say when, but he's already starting to get his own race team together.
Ooh,
We
nice.
hear
There you
that
go.
crinkling.
Sorry.
Okay, Justin.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, well, Justin was always like chips and I got food, and he's always like, I'm eating.
And, I mean, for was it 2.5 years we had Biker Alley? It never failed. Of course, then he would like try to open it really slow.
Yeah.
I can still hear it, dude.
There's one time he was turning
Still there.
away from the mic and chewing on chips.
Yep. Justin always had food.
I remember one time he got up and we were at the other station, and he went out, and you could still hear. I'm like going, dude, I can still hear.
He'd be like,
Still hear it.
fuck you guys. Fuck you
He
guys.
did. I'm like, you might as well just come in and just eat it inside here, man. We're so
Hi,
used to
Oscar.
it.
Oscar says hi.
What's up, Muffin? But yeah, great race. I mean, the last 5 laps were just ooh.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
it was.
because
It
they
was
were just,
amazing.
you know, with between Dovey and Marquez, it was just sick. And then then you had what was it,
Cal Crutchlow,
Crutchlow,
and then
because
Renz.
yeah, Rins.
Rins,
So you
and
because you
then
had
Rossi.
Dovey, Marquez, Crutchlow, Rins,
And
and
Rossi.
Rossi. And then of course you know the 3, 4, and 5 were battling back and
Yeah.
forth and.
There's always a good show, man. It's just, those guys are something else. They put on some entertainment.
Right, and guitar is a very it's. I mean, before you know it, the race was only like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
You know, it's like very
I
very
think
quick.
I heard. Oh, what were they saying? I heard somebody say it was like 14 point something minutes to do the 21 laps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like over with. You're like going, holy shit!
Yeah.
I actually had to watch. I watched it like 5 times. I was like, let me
So you
rewind
got to
it.
watch Moto 2 because the sound of that Triumph motor is amazing, man. It's
I
a
did-
whole different sound.
I did watch Moto
that
2 and I
the
watched
triple?
Moto 3.
I haven't watched Moto 3 yet.
Is that the triple that they're racing?
Yeah, so
Because-
Triumph upped it. They
Yeah.
went from a 675 to a 765 now.
Yeah, I was looking at that one for like a track bike.
It's an awesome bike.
It's 365 pounds and like 120 some horsepower.
Yeah.
It's about the same power as the Gixxer 750.
Yeah.
Like right in that same range.
Yeah, also,
But it's a lot
also-
lighter than the Gixxer.
And it's
Yeah.
funny because you know that Triumph just all they did was like take they took the 6 and the 7 and just went like this.
Swapped it.
Yep.
But still kind of keep it like the numbers right. 675. And now we're gonna do a 765.
6.5.
I think that's
Still,
genius.
that's a pretty big
That's genius.
displacement jump too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's putting out
100 cc's.
what they say. I think they said it's putting out 20 more horsepower than the Honda. You know, because previously they've all ran the 600RR motor.
What did they compare it to with the R6? I mean, the R6 is basically still the same motor like this, but there's something a little bit different of the bore and stroke. I know that, but
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I mean, all I heard was horsepower comparison, versus the predecessor Moto 2 bikes, because they all ran the 600RR Honda motor, and now everybody's on the 765.
Nice.
So, but they said it's putting out 20 more horsepower than the Honda was, and of
That's
course
one of the bikes I want to
they're
get.
putting out way more horsepower than a stock
right.
600RR anyhow.
Right.
So I don't even know what the horsepower is on those, but I did hear them say the GP bikes this year are putting out like 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
300
That's sick,
horsepower.
dude.
That's
a lot.
Fucking amazing.
And putting that power to the wheel
Man.
to that rear wheel is just like, wow. I mean, it's like, shit.
And they're all on the same electronics now.
Well, remember, like back with the AMAs when you had Speeds and Mladen, the bikes were putting out more power than the tire manufacturers could handle.
Yeah.
So you got them coming around, and the tires are they're going down the fucking straight, and the tires are smoking because they're so hot. They're going in the corners, and they're just like sliding like they're on mud.
Yeah,
And hey,
good.
Jordy, I am fucking smoking hot, you bastard.
Does not say that, huh?
He loves me. Fucking bald bastard.
Jordy.
Hope you feel
Sicko.
better, Jordy.
Yeah, get better, you sicko.
Yeah, keep those germs for yourself.
Keep them for yourself. I don't need to get
Right.
sick. We went and picked up Christy's folks last night from LAX, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
mom's kind of sick. Yeah, 1:00 in the morning. We had to pick them up.
Well, at least you didn't have traffic, so
Yeah,
That's
it wasn't
good.
too bad. So we got to bed about 3, I guess, by the time we got home, and then Christy had to get up at 6 to go to work. And
shit.
but mom's got bronchitis from they've been over and traveling all over India, and
Damn.
I'll think of it. But they've been gone for a month. So she
India.
was sick. Her dad was seeming to be sick, and we're going, "Oh no, stay away."
Right, stay away from
damn.
me.
Yeah.
Hey, but Michael Plaps is wondering, he said, is JJ in the booth? Yeah, he's back there, Mike. He's not. He's trying to be shy on us or something. Are you gonna pour this stuff?
I guess I
Man,
I only went halfway. Didn't
fired,
I?
man.
Sorry, Zig.
This guy. But
We started talking motorcycles,
which,
man. I got distracted.
Got distracted. But we had the track barbecue,
Track
track
barbecue.
season barbecue at Mike's house on Saturday, and actually, you know what? Let me do this. Because if you can't see it, and if you don't do it right, you're actually gonna be freaking gagging. I had a whole one of those, dude, and I swear to God, I was like, "Wow, that was way too much."
And we literally
Hey, but
talked
JJ
track about 5 minutes, and the rest of it was just stuff in our face and bullshitting. And it
Because
was,
Freight Train's not indulgent, so you can have the red one.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I'm smart rider commitment 10. You know, I gotta no
Right.
drinking and
I'll do
riding.
the red one. Right, red.
Cheers, guys, to
Yeah.
Justin.
Cheers to
Cheers.
Justin. Where's his picture?
I fucked up. I had to re-laminate it
Oh, okay.
because the laminate, for some reason, the laminate started to come off the picture. So I brought it to the shop. I re-laminated it, and when I left the shop, I completely forgot it. So I'm sorry, Justin. I mean, you're still here with us.
Oh yes.
He's out on my bike. I can go get him.
Oh, there you go. So actually, speaking of Justin, let's go back to the
Barbecue.
track thing, the barbecue. So Mom came out, and Drake,
Awesome.
and it was nice. They sat.
It was a great visit.
Yeah,
It really
we
was.
chilled out, had some good eats. Had tacos and refried beans.
Dakota
and
there?
Potato salad. No, Dakota and Cassie went to
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
They needed to finally just released. I mean, they've been inundated with just
Take
a
a
lot,
break.
just the whole thing. I mean, we figure it's still only the beginning of March, so we're talking
been
this
3
whole
months.
this whole
Yeah.
thing is well, not even 3 months. We're
Yeah, not
talking
even
like
3 months.
two a little over 2 months, so it's still fresh.
And in one moment, it seems like it was like a year ago. Then the next second I think about it, it was like yesterday.
Right.
Weird.
I'm finding peace. Because mom brought Justin's car, and that's where the whole incident happened. Try not to get into too much detail, but and there was still the wounds in the car door. You know, she already had the windows replaced, but then you looked at the seat and you're like, wow. Me and Chris got a chance to sit in the car, and it was that was completely overwhelming. I mean, I can't even describe it. It's just very undescribable. But after doing that, I'm finding more peace within myself. I'm finding more closure. But the hate is. I mean, I've never hated anybody in my whole life. Literally, I've never. I mean, I've gotten into brutal fights with kids throughout the years. They didn't be my best friends, but I never hated them. You know what I mean? I hate this guy. Literally, this guy actually was managed to actually find hate in my heart.
He's a coward.
Yeah, and
Flat out
it
coward.
Yeah.
and I really don't like feeling like that. I don't feel as a human being we should hate anybody. I might despise you. You know what I mean? If you're just someone that just really aggravates me, I can despise you, but I won't hate you. Hate is a really powerful word.
Powerful word.
But yeah, I found hate in somebody. And that piece of shit is in prison right now, and without having to get into too much detail because we can't really talk about what we've talked with Mom, but it's
They already had the case.
the thing that the case is starting.
Okay.
So
So
but
they're holding him.
yeah, but mom let me and Chris know what has gone so far. It's disappointing, but at the same
course.
time, it still has to go through the motions. So we just have to wait and
It
see.
takes forever.
Yes, I mean it could go on for a year.
At
But
least.
inside the whole
sometimes
time, he's
more.
still fucking in prison. So I'm
Our
just
taxpayers. We're paying for him to be there.
right.
But
I just hope somebody finds out that he killed a biker for no reason, and then there's a biker in jail. Oh, really? So you killed a biker for no reason?
Yep.
key thing is
True.
that he does serve justice for Justin.
Yes.
And after that, whatever happens, let it be.
Right.
But yeah, sitting in the car was, like Zig said, it was undescribable, but yet peaceful. You didn't feel any suffering in the car. That was the key thing for me, was that Justin did not suffer. He pretty much, I think, died.
It was quick.
It was quick,
And
there
fortunately.
was, so usually I don't know, I'm a pretty good sense of that kind of stuff. Always have been, and when Mom first pulled up, I was a little afraid to go near the car, and but then at the end of the night I did, but I did find some kind of peace. Because I just felt that Justin did not suffer, and that made me feel better, that he didn't, so, yeah.
Right.
So,
But we did talk about good things, the remembering Justin, and just talking about the stuff that really made us laugh. I mean, he was a freaking character, It's like, I mean, really you couldn't be around Justin and not laugh.
Yeah. It was,
Even if he said, one of the things that really cracked me about him is if he told a joke, he would laugh. To him, it was the most hysterical fucking thing. And I'd be like looking at him like going, okay. But
he'd be like, well, if you didn't laugh, if you're not
but
laughing
his-
at my joke, then fuck you.
but his laugh made you laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, oh shit.
And
This
the
fucking
smirk
guy.
on his face. The
Right.
smirk on his face. I still remember the last time in studio with him and him. I was sitting here and he was sitting there, and there was little jabs going back and forth, and we were jabbing at Zig, and just that's the smirk on his face, and that's the way that's kind of like my last memory of him was here in the studio.
Right.
So
Well, you know-
like day one when we walked into instructor candidate training, it was like Justin just stood out like just didn't fit in with. I thought this whole thing was going to be like you had to come in, your hair was all trimmed, you had to look all like almost a suit and tie business look. And here's Justin, he's in his hat and just like, what's up,
Right.
just loud and proud, and here I am, kind of thing. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty unique dude. And then it was like we just kind of hit it off almost immediately.
He's
a
like, what are you
trip.
doing for lunch? I don't know. What are you doing? Well, let's find something.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, especially every grad, because he was from that area, like that school out there, so he knew where all the food places were.
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, let's go right. Let's go to lunch. Well, let's go." So yeah, he was always wanted, always to be in the middle of everything and making sure if someone needed help, he would be there.
Right.
Like.
And then
helping him out on the instructor.
We still had Justin's pouch that we have for our range cards and stuff, and his was still hanging inside there, and he and I kept seeing it, and I already have mine, you know what I mean, and I'm like, man, but Matt, have you met Matt Pistol yet? It's Allison's.
Oh yeah,
brother.
yeah, Allison's brother, yeah.
Okay. Great. I mean, I've been teaching with him for I think he's been doing it for 14 years now. But Allison was my training instructor in 2000. So, I mean, I just hit it off with Matt right away. So, but Justin always worked with Matt most of the time.
Yeah.
And Matt, would, we were sitting there one time and I wasn't working the schedule that day, but when you're not scheduled and you got nothing,
Sometimes
unless I'm at
range.
the track or even if I went for out with my sons, we would always, go up the 18 or 330. We'd always come back. We'd always up at the range,
Right.
So you're attracted to it. But I wasn't doing anything that day. It was nothing. The boys were gone with their moms. So I'm like, you know what? I got up. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm going on the range. So I'm just sitting there, just helping kick cones, bullshitting. But we're sitting there at a break, and because we're offset from the students, and Justin and Matt were in a conversation, and Matt just all of a sudden he goes, you know what, Justin? If I were to ever have a son, I wish he would be just like you. You
That's
know?
cool.
Yeah.
And that right there, and it always rang in my head like that. And Justin was like, oh wow, you do. It's like, wow, that's cool, So the pouch has been sitting there, and I'm like, Matt was I let Matt teach my classes.
This last weekend.
Yeah, so that way he can get some
hours.
Yeah, because he's been out of it, with that major. We almost lost Matt.
That was.
I mean, he should have been dead. Taken out on his motorcycle by an idiot that doesn't pay attention to the road. So I said, I says, hey Matt, Justin's pouch is inside there. He goes, yeah, I seen it. I'm like, you know what? I think that if anybody really deserves to use that pouch, I think that should be you. And so I hit Mom up. Mom's like, by all means, that way a piece of Justin was with
Yeah,
the family over at
continues.
SoCal.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I was really stoked about that. But now,
What's up, Dakota?
hey, what's going on, Dakota?
We missed you this weekend.
Yeah, I hope you had fun in Vegas. Obviously, you did,
And win some money.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
and whatever. Just I'm sure you left everything at Vegas.
Hope the traffic wasn't too brutal.
Oh my God!
It sucks about that.
One
Yeah.
road. There's actually a side road you can actually take instead of the 15.
As long as it isn't jacked up too, because a lot of people know it. So
It wouldn't be as bad as the 15 though. I mean, even if it was, or it's not
Yeah.
as bad as the 15. So,
Is
but
that
speak.
off of Zizix.
No. It's a complete side road, man. It kind of like you can link it from Pahrump. Like if you're going, like we're going to go to Spring Mountain this season, right?
Yeah.
For a track. But yeah, that road you can go off. It's offset, but it's a little out of the way. But you're not going to hit the same
All
kind of
the
traffic.
crazy traffic.
You're thinking of the one that goes right alongside. It's about maybe 3 miles off the 15. No, I'm thinking of the one that's like 20,
it's out
30
there.
miles. Yeah, but worth it. But actually, really quick, Cassie, everyone's all good with the baby.
Nice.
She was told that she's going to need to stop working. She can't be on her feet. But the blessing is that she was told prior that she was not going to be able to conceive, have children. And guess what? She's pregnant, and she's 5 months in.
Yeah.
She's only a few more months to go. Doctor said, "Hey, we want you off your feet.
To rest.
Just get some rest, and you're gonna have a nice, healthy baby." I'm really stoked, and go figure. You know what I mean? I love it when you can actually just take the way a doctor thinks you can't do this. You know what I mean? You're not gonna live for more than like 3 years. And then 10 years later, the person's still alive.
Yeah.
You can't have children.
It's
Well,
just
guess
like
what?
the
I'm
suggested-
fucking pregnant. You know what I
Just
mean?
like those suggested servings on the box of cereal. It's like you don't have to eat it that way. You can do it the way you want.
Yeah, one serving
Don't
is
tell
like,
me I need orange juice in my cereal.
it's like one serving is 1 cup. But it's a really great feeling. I can't wait for the baby. I'm just getting more excited as we go along. And also, I do want to give a shout out. Anybody can hit me up. There is a way to. It's not a fund. It's a GoFundMe. It's actually putting money right into
a bank account.
For. It was actually Justin's account. So if you guys want to feel it in your heart to give help Cassie out. She could really use the help. They have a mortgage and everything. I mean, then now all of a sudden you can imagine that
Now she can't
here
work,
you are, you and your wife, or you and your girlfriend, or whatever. You go into this mortgage thing. It's a bond thing, and then all of a sudden one is just never can come back again. You're like, holy shit! Your financial world gets turned upside down. So. If you want to hit me up, you can hit me up on my Zigray page and just send me a private message. It doesn't have to be on the page so everybody see. Send me a private message, and I have the information that if you can feel in your heart to help Cassie out. So I'm all in it. I'm in 2 feet, and I'm not just gonna give one. So I'm gonna keep on helping. It's gonna be part of my budget now.
Yeah, and it's going to be even more important coming up when she is not going to be able to work.
And
That's
she's got
going to
the
be
baby.
huge.
Yes.
And then the baby, that's a whole.
I think
having kids will break you.
Oh,
I mean, it's
man.
like money wise,
Right?
diapers and
Food. And,
man,
I think
it's just-
her not working is current. The doctor put her
yes,
out
that
of
was
work
just
now.
Oh,
correct,
okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
So
she can't work anymore throughout the pregnancy.
Yeah, but you only get
So-
partial pay,
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
got, it's not like a huge mortgage because they went a double wide,
Yeah.
So
But-
but it's still money. It's still expensive. So
still expenses. Yeah,
it's still
you got-
expenses. Yes, not expensive expenses. But
Yeah.
there's a lot more than just that. You got you got food and you have diapers and shit like that. So
Yeah.
But I'm really jumping in. I was talking to Mom on Saturday, and I'm like, look, I am in there. I will check up on Cassie, send her a text. Hey, how you doing? How's the baby? And actually, I was actually I was with Otsko, and I says, hey, honey, what would it be really like weird of me if I were to say, I'll go to your OBGYN appointments, and then Otsko says, "Oh, that would be really weird." He goes, "Yeah, don't do that. That's creepy." You know,
It might be.
Okay.
It might be less weird for Dakota to step in, being the brother.
Being
so
the brother.
True,
that
exactly.
would be maybe
Right.
a little more appropriate. But
Yes.
I know you're thinking from your heart, so
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
I mean, it's all about love. So you care, and that's
Right.
awesome, dude. That's
Zig, as long as you don't ask to be in the delivery room, I'll deliver.
No, I've done that before, man. My brother Vince, man, his wife, when she was having my goddaughter, Ariana, she, it's like 3:00 in the fucking morning. And this hospital, it was like one of those like horror movies, like Halloween, when it's a hospital, but there's nobody around. Literally, nobody. No nurses walking down the aisle. You can't hear any
Lights are
noises from
swinging.
anybody's room or nothing, and she has a little graph going. You can tell when it starts going to
When the contractions start
Contractions.
happening.
and all of a sudden, it's me and Vince and her. And all of a sudden, she's like, that thing starts going, and we're waiting for it to go out. Oh no! And she's like, oh, she brings her legs up, right? And of course and she's like, oh, I gotta put. And then Vince just like going, oh shit! And now the graph's just off the charts, and he takes
head's
off.
crowning.
Well, first off, I looked out the door. It's just nothing. And I'm like going,
you're like
and
blue light.
and the thing is, and right outside the door to the right was like the little desk area
Oh, yeah.
where
Nurse's station?
yeah,
And no one's there.
there's nobody there.
Oh my God.
They're out at lunch.
And I'm like going, and I'm like going, Vince, there's nobody there. And he just, boom, takes off. And I'm like, oh shit. She lifts her legs up, and she's like going, oh my God, oh, I gotta put. I'm like going, no, don't push.
Uncle
No,
Zig's
hey,
gonna deliver a
don't
baby.
push. All of a sudden, dude, she's like, oh, and
It doesn't work that way. Does it?
And I look down on him going, oh my God, right now I am seeing more than I need to see of you, but all of a sudden,
Here comes the head.
Yeah.
I'm like going, oh my God, no, Bonnie.
Too late.
I open up the door, I'm like looking at him, I'm going, hey. There's no Vince, there's no fucking nurses, and I'm like, oh shit, and I
geez.
walk back, and I'm like, oh my God, and I'm thinking, in my hand, I'm like going, oh my God, I'm going to deliver this fucking baby right now,
Oh, man.
and it's like doing this, and she's putting on, I'm going, Bonnie, stop pushing, no, and then, I mean, all of a sudden, man, here comes nurses, a doctor, boom, and Vince comes railing in, and the nurse goes, you out. I'm like, dude, you didn't have to tell me. I was already 2 steps on the fucking way out. When you guys started, I'm out of here, dude.
You're like,
3 minutes.
oh.
And baby was out.
Wah! So I'm like, going, holy cow, but you just
I watched
pushed out in, right out, whoosh, And then here comes Vince walking out, I'm like, oh my God, and the hugging and the crying and all that stuff,
It's an amazing moment watching my kids be
Right.
born. It was like, wow, that's just something that it's mind blowing. Really, it's like, wow, that's crazy.
But it's funny. After that, now me and Vince, we're not leaving Adiana out of our sight. All of a sudden, there's nurses all over the place.
Yeah, they came back from lunch.
Weird.
And then the nurse is like, she goes, well, you're not supposed to, because we were like because they had the window and then they're doing their little thing, whatever.
Well, it's supposed to be a
Stuff.
sanitary situation, so that's why.
So she's like, well, I'm not supposed to let you in here, but come on in, So it was like awesome.
That's great.
But so that was my whole thing. But on the sensitivity side of the text that I was just reading the text when I got here. My buddy Mike, I call him Flamer. I'm so glad that you just still stayed enrolled. That it's see, that's my thing. We talked about it on the show before, JJ, how text people they see it and they read it differently.
Right.
Than if I was
Right.
like if I were to sit like right now, I'm talking, Chris, you're a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? I have a smile on my face, I'm kidding around. But if I text you that, even
You're
if
like,
I put a happy
oh.
face next to it, you're like,
I still smile.
really? Well, you're a fucking asshole too. Then you might put a little meanie face. You know what I mean? Like what?
But
So he's just that way.
it was
It
great.
de-escalated.
it was great the way it de-escalated. I mean, I showed Christy the conversation because I thought it was comical. Like you said about Justin, he thought his jokes were the funniest, and when I started texting back with him, I thought.
Did you guys speaking to Mike? Speaking to Mike.
Oh, I thought I was hilarious. Yeah. I started pulling away from it, but no, it was So, because I didn't know who I was talking to at first, and so I was like, oh well, it all depends on how you ride a leader bike. You can, I mean, heck, you can take a leader bike to Horse Thief Mile and rip it up, but yeah, you may never get out of first gear.
Yeah, see the back of my shirt. What's the back of my shirt say?
Ride it like you stole it. That's right. That's right.
You know what? I said that once, and I think it was Dave Byer. And I was sitting there with his kids, and I just kind of like, I like to say things and make them smile, get an interaction out of them. And I had this dead group, and I'm like going, and they were just really super slow. And I'm like going, yeah, and I did the debrief, and I go, yeah, you know what? Like, ride it like you stole it. Dave Byer's standing there, right? And he didn't say nothing. And I'm just like going along with my day. And then we took a break, and Dave Byer goes, that comment you made. And he's got a smile on his face. And I go, which one? He goes, ride it like you stole it. He goes, do you think that was appropriate? And I all of a sudden I'm going, no, probably not. But I had to fire him up somehow, man.
Like we're not supposed to use terms like whiskey throttle and
right.
Kill switch. Don't use the whiskey word or kill switch or
right. Engine
ride
off switch.
Yeah, ride it like you stole it.
Right. And they're right. Right. It's because people are like, what the heck? So we try to be as professional as possible, and we all slip up.
Yeah. But the conversation didn't get out of control at all. I mean,
right?
I don't like to. I just don't indulge in text conversations like that to where they escalate. I mean, there's no need for it.
Right.
And even on social media, there's just no need for it. And things can get misconstrued, like you said.
Yeah, because with the keyboard, it takes the emotion out. We can't have a conversation like we are now. You don't understand the emotion of it because there isn't any message.
What do they call it? What do they call that? There's a name for it, a keyboard
warrior
commando, keyboard commando or something like that. And
keyboard warrior, I heard.
Warrior, yeah.
Yeah, like you're a keyboard warrior, you're all tough guy on the keyboard, but then you get face to face. You're
Mike,
like, oh,
I'm looking forward to meeting you, brother. Okay,
right? Yeah, and then you guys would totally hit it off. I mean, he's a laid back guy, but it's just like I said, it's a whole text thing. People take the just gets, and I'm reading, I'm like going, I'm not going to say nothing. So what I did is I was a smart ass back to him, and because he was talking about because he did have he raced and he was in the Weir series and he's very very fast, but. He's like, oh, well, it's not a track for, that's what started the whole thing, bike, for a leader bike. And so I messaged back as you guys were on your way here. So I says, okay, well, maybe my boss over at SCMT, SoCal Motorcycle Training, will let you borrow the Ninja 250.
Hey, speaking of small displacement bikes, so Larry has a whole fleet of BMW G310Rs, huh?
No, he has two of them.
Oh, two.
He only has two, not a whole fleet.
Okay.
Becky,
two's better than zero.
Yeah, Becky at Ride Right is got a lot of them. I think she got like 15 or 20 of them.
BMW is a deal. You can like lease them or something for next to nothing.
Whatever it is. But actually speaking of, because we are going into the more, actually someone, Mike Ali.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Ali.
He's like, he, is this a motorcycle show for delivering babies?
What's up, Mike?
A biker trying to deliver a baby. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, what's up, what I mean? Mikey?
Mike, we talk about all kinds of crazy shit on this show, and biker related or not.
Right. Christy says this is the Zig Zone Bike Rally.
This is how it goes.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah. Jack's on. Vince, what's up, guys? My wife, Beth, she's on.
Hi, Beth.
Hello, everyone. So, yeah, it's...
trading.
And Dakota says he's easily motivated by food.
Yeah.
And he would have really liked to have some beers with us.
That's okay. Yeah. There's plenty of time
It'll
for that.
happen again.
Yes,
I promise.
Yes, it
I
will.
promise.
And beautiful house, by the way. I love you guys' views. You walk
you.
out. You walk outside the back of fucking Chris's house, dude. There's a pool, and all you see is Rancho,
All of Ontario,
Fontana,
Corona.
Ontario. I'm like going, holy shit!
Kentucky.
Look at this fucking view, man. You gotta be kidding me. Beautiful view. Beautiful house.
I scored
You
on
guys
that
are
house.
blessed.
I really did.
Yeah.
A
But
lot of hard work has gone into that house.
Yeah,
Not done yet.
you can tell. Yeah, but speaking of, because now we're getting into the motorcycle season, so I want to give a shout out to the training places. So if you're like in like the San Bernardino, Riverside, area, Palm Springs, you can go on to capital letters SCMT, SoCal Motorcycle Training 411.com. You can look up the schedule. That's my main site that I teach at. There's also motorcycle training services if you're in the high desert, Apple Valley, Hesperia, Wrightwood area, all that up in the high desert right there. And that is motorcycletrainingservices.com. Then there's Ride Right if you're in like the Elsinore, Corona, Van Nuys areas, LA, Hollywood, whatever. That you can go on to. Actually, I know the phone number. I think it's on Facebook. It's Ride Right Davis, and that's RIDERITE Davis. And then you can get yourself signed in. Or then the phone number is 951-736-8179. And then there is also my buddy Larry Misman. My buddy Larry out in if you're in the what is it?
Ventura,
Camarillo, Ventura,
Oxnard,
Santa Barbara area. And the site's right there. Right, actually, it's like almost the border of Santa Barbara and Ventura and the Simi Valley kind of
all that area,
right? And that is Learn to Ride VC and just the capital letters VC. And learntoridevc.com, and then you can get yourself trained up there. I'm going to be I'm on all those sites.
Simi Valley also. You have my friend Rick Becker's site. It's Moto Rider Education, and I believe that's the site that you go to for this. I think it's Simi Valley area.
Yeah, and if you're out in my area, the San Gabriel Valley, LA area, so we got 3 sites. There are 3 ranges. So the 2 sites are, we do all the training for Harley Davidson of Glendale. So you can go to Harley Davidson, GlendaleHarleyDavidson.com, and then you go to their website, and it's under the Rider Academy, because Harley Davidson has their HDRA or Harley Davidson Rider Academy. Yeah. And then for our Pasadena, Altadena ranges, it is AMOSocal.com. And over there we use the Kawasaki Eliminators. So the bikes are nice and small, easy to ride. So, we do have a lot of, shorter, smaller riders that do well on those bikes, because the other end of it is at the Harley side, they use, really nice. Yeah, they're 500s. They're really nice bikes. They just all got replaced. They're all 2018 models, so they're all brand new. They keep them like top notch. I mean, they are like every week they take them out and polish them and clean them, and they're like brand new every week. Nice. So the students love it, and but they are closer to a 500-pound machine, so they are closer to what you would really ride out on the street. And for in a situation where you're going to get a Harley and start riding, it's going to be closer to a true weight of a bike. But sometimes, as a rider that's never been on a bike, it's a better idea to go ride the smaller bikes, which are the Kawasaki Eliminators. Or,
sure. Yeah, that's a great bike.
Yeah.
Training bike.
Yeah, really good training bike. I mean, they get dropped very often, and we just pick them back up, start them up again.
Yep.
So, yeah, very durable machines.
Out in the Orange County area, if anybody's out there, OCMT, Orange County Motorcycle Training, and they are in Fullerton, but service the Orange County area. Then you got, if you're in the San Dimas area, you got Mount Sac, and that's Ron Arroyo's motorcycle training, and you can access that through the Mount Sac website for the college. and I forget where you have to go to, but anyhow, you can catch that out there as well. So,
And if you miss all that and you live somewhere else in the state, you can go to CaliforniaMotorcyclist.com, and it'll take you to the link of all the different sites in the state of
find a
California.
site near you and put in your zip code, and you'll see all of them pop up.
Yeah, or you can go to totalcontroltraining.net and also find all the links there too.
You know, when I watch myself, because it's a little bit behind, I can see actually my belly's not as big, dude. I'm really excited. I still have one. I have a ways to go.
You know what I noticed that
But-
the most? I know you got a little more facial hair, but you can really see your face shrinking.
Right. Well,
Your
you know,
neck, it's like instead of here, it's starting to.
it's all down here. Fuck you, Mike.
Well, no, we're like
Right? No, you
starting
know.
to shrink.
Well, we were having an issue. Like it was a few weeks ago. We were having an issue with the Mevo on the tablet. And so I had my phone, right?
JJ's like-
So I had my phone down here like this, and whenever I had my phone, when I used to use my
You
cell
looking
phone
down?
for the, well, you could see this, and I'm sitting there now, and it was Texas Runaway.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I was looking at the phone, and I'm like going, holy shit, I don't have that. What do they call that? A waddle
extra
or
chin?
whatever?
Third
Yeah,
chin?
the third. I had 5 chins, man. Fuck.
You
Am I
chinny
going-
chin chin, huh?
Yeah, so I'm in the right direction. You know, I went down
Where'd you
to
come from, chin chin?
right. I went down 2 belt loop side, 2 belt holes. You know so I know I'm in the right direction, and
Nice.
I
Well, you're doing
I
it right, dude. You're losing it a little bit at a time. If
Yeah.
you just drop 30 pounds in like a week, you'll gain it
Oh
right
man,
back.
Vince is
Right.
at Outback.
I
Vince,
know
you
that sounds
suck.
good.
Vince Grieva?
Yeah.
Hey, Vince Grieva, bite me, dude.
Yeah.
On Outback. I can't have that shit. He's probably eating a blooming onion. Hey, wait, Vince. If I'm not mistaken, you didn't fit in your leathers all that well either.
Oh.
Oh.
So I'm taking it you're having a salad, right, Vince?
Love you, brother. I was working with Vince this weekend, and he, what did he say? Shit. Because we were talking about fitting in the left. Oh, he asked me he goes, hey, have you stepped on a scale? I'm like going, I'm not going to either. Actually, we were talking about your house,
At
too.
my house, yeah.
I'm like going, yeah. Oh, no, he asked me if I tried the leathers on yet. And I'm going, no, I'm not going to. A week before the first track day, April 27th. That's when I'm going to try them on, that weekend.
So the 27th, refresh me again. Is
Streets.
That's streets. Okay.
And guess what's going on at Horse Thief the same day?
That's the track clinic.
Yes, Total Control Training Track Clinic. So Dave Bianco's going to be there. Dan, holy shit. I mean, I work with Dan all the time.
Doug
Probably Adam Hersing.
Adam's going to be there. But Dan from Ride Right is going to be up there.
Okay.
Well, Fear will probably be there, most likely. But, I'm thinking that we'll just like ride up there around at lunchtime.
Go harass them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Eh.
We should just, you know what? If they're running, we should just ride on. Boom. Get on the track and start riding. Like, who in the fuck are these guys? You're getting black flag. What are you doing? Go onto the hot pit. Hey, what's up, guys?
We'll go on the track and we'll go all 3 side by side and wheelie up that straight.
Oh my god, I can see Lee Park's face right now. What the fuck? Yeah,
I
that's
don't
too
like
funny.
wheelies.
No, he just likes to pass Lee Parks on one. That's I'm never gonna forget that. That was just absolutely just the most humorous thing I've ever seen.
That
But
was
the
just
thing
pure
is,
horsepower
Lee
over.
Parks is on a 150
150, yeah.
and turns around and hands it right back to
Hell
Chris.
yeah.
And Chris is on an R1.
Yeah.
And just to see
That was
him
a lot
do
of
that,
fun.
it
That
was
was a
like
lot
going,
of fun.
oh shit, look at, gotcha.
Lee is so good. He knows how to get around people. He'll just come out of nowhere and just blow by you when
He
you're not
does.
expecting
Shit,
it.
my phone just died.
Like one, when you're not expecting it, and two, because he knows how to take a corner, because he knows how to ride a small bike fast. But you got your big R1, you're gonna have to work to get that thing around. Lee's just gonna be pin it to win it and blow right by you, and you're
Well,
gonna
he-
get him on the straight,
he
but he'll
came
get you in every corner.
He could take such a tighter line, up there at Horse Thief than I could, and I mean, he could come in tight and hang tight where if I came in tight, I was pushing out wide and then lead come in.
He'd stuff it right inside.
And then it was fun.
He's like Mark Marquez on that fucking thing, dude. You leave the slightest open spot, dude, roam, and he's passed me several times, in the chicane, for God's sake. Mm-hmm. I tip in, and here he is on the outside of me. And then just tucks it down like, where the fuck did you come from, dude? You know what I mean?
Especially when he gets on his 450 supermoto. It's ridiculous.
And of course, Ophir. Yeah, that's right, Ophir. I'm telling you, that was you that stuffed me on the inside going in the chicane, man. Freaked me the fuck out, dude. I'm gonna go tip in, dude, and roam. And here's that SV650. You're the only one that's got an SV650. Okay?
And he's laughing the whole time. He's just dying laughing doing that.
After that, I did the post. Hey, weekend at the instructor, blah blah blah. I had a great track day, and I says, yeah, thanks Ophir for stuffing me entering the chicane. And he's all, that wasn't me. It was too, because you have an SV650 and you get the little eyeball on the front of it. I know that was. I'm not blind. No, I love Ophir, dude. We had the workshop with him, dude. Oh my God, Ammo's got to do that with Ophir. I'm telling you that I really loved it. It breaks down a lot of the information. We never got to the click, read, talk part of it, but it was great that I like being around them. And actually, they're doing the IT training. They started today, and at SoCal.
Wow, they're doing another one, huh?
Yeah, so
I just finished one in Mount Sac.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think they turned out 8 or 10 instructors, I think.
Okay, I did. I have to do some work on one of the rings, but
a few minutes ago.
Yeah, my buddy.
Oh, and he says he's having lobster. By the way, lobster.
Lobster.
Oh yes, lobster.
Yeah, it's gonna say you're gonna go into that song.
But it's steak and lobster. I'm just saying.
Just steak. I can eat steak 5 nights a week, man. I'm just.
Oh yeah, I love steak.
Last time I went to. Oh,
dude, you're nowhere near your mic.
Outback, I'm sorry.
It's like in the closet.
Last time I went to Outback and got the steak and lobster, I was so disappointed. I looked at the guy, the server, and I went, "What's that?"
Oh, and I know. It's like this.
It was like a silver dollar, the size of the steak, and
like
then the lobster tail was like a crawdad. And I went, I am not paying you $25 or $21 for this. Take that back. I said, I'll take some chicken or something, And he's all, well, you can't send that back. And I said,
yes,
I'm the customer. Yes, I can. Take it back.
I haven't paid the bill yet, bitch.
Yeah.
See, I get served first.
Did you tell him? Do you know I'm a motorcycle instructor and I deserve the right amount of shrimp?
Well, you know where you get a really good portion. I think we talked about that. I think you've been there, but JJ, what's that place right there on E and Orange Show, or it's like on E Street, but it's
E and
Orange Show. It's on E Street. Just a Vince. I mean, since you're listening, it's kind of funny. Vince Greve, he's sitting there having dinner and he's listening to the show.
Right,
that's funny.
Dedication, man.
Hey, tell Kate we love her. Tell Kate we said hi.
I know there's an Alberto's.
Oh, great.
No, not Alberto's.
Vince is like, I got a steak too, and too bad I can't send a pic of a beer he's having. Steak, potatoes, beer, shrimp.
Cheers, Vince.
Cheers. Jeez, nice.
Oh my God, what is it called?
Some kind of steakhouse?
Yeah, Vince. I know Vince knows it there.
You know what I saw today? I saw a taco and sushi place in Gardena.
Oh, what?
And I was like, taco and sushi?
Yeah.
It's like tacos and sushi. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Right?
Well, hey, I'm Mexican, so all I know is everything goes in a tortilla, but I've never put a sushi roll in a tortilla, but I bet it would still taste awesome.
Well, isn't that what the seaweed wrap is for?
Yeah, but it's not a tortilla.
It's a Japanese tortilla.
I don't know.
True.
Awesome? I don't know.
I just think it would. Everything goes in a tortilla, just like sourdough bread. Name something you put on sourdough bread that doesn't taste good with sourdough bread. Thank you very much. See, that took too long.
Olives.
Olives.
Fuck yeah, olives. Shit, I put olives inside my tuna.
Ew, nasty.
Chopped up olives. Hell yeah, but not black olives. Black
Yeah.
olives are good on pizza. I don't like green. See, green olives go on anything else, but black olives, you can't put green olives on pizza.
No.
Why not?
It doesn't work. Oh, see this fucking guy.
Orange
But see,
show
the JJ also puts
I don't like
Pancho
pineapple.
Villas. Pancho
But he
Villas.
puts JJ puts pineapple.
But I've never thought about that. Why don't they put green olives on pizza?
Too tangy.
It's
maybe?
too salty.
Oh, yeah.
It's like sardines. They're just too salty.
But you got to have a green olive. In
No, and it's not.
Ooh, what if you
Pancho
did it
No,
Villas.
with
it's just
sardines?
sundowners.
Sundowners. I knew.
Just
Bam.
I knew Vince would know that.
I mean,
I have
Zig
been
was,
there. That's
Zig
right
was,
across from Moss Brothers.
Oh shit! Look at fucking.
Ready?
Zig was dying. Thanks, Vince.
JJ needs his.
I was.
Made his night now.
Dude, sundowners. I guarantee it, dude. Lobster. The lobster tail is huge. Cheers. Cheers, Vince.
Cheers,
Cheers,
Vince.
Vince.
What's your
everybody
beer?
wants-
Cheers, everyone.
And
Whoever
Justin.
else.
Yes, the lobster tail is like this. Okay.
Wow.
And you get the steak and lobster, and the steak it's like a 10-ounce steak with the big lobster. Oh my god, yeah. Oh man, you can even get a double lobster tail plate.
Dang.
My son did that, and you know,
Wow.
I can only eat so much lobster, like a big tail, and I'm good. But it just get overwhelming.
Zig likes a
you
big
know?
tail.
So I'm like going to my son, thinking, okay, he's not. I did
Rock lobster.
tail.
Going down.
You know what's funny about tail? You know, with kids, when I was talking about, you know, just the mouth out of babes, right? So my son Drake, he's 19 now. Well, his mom was he was at the shop with my other son Dylan, and his mom came by. She was in the area doing real estate, so she stopped by, and they were talking about her car. And now she's been rear-ended in this car like 4 times. 3 or 4
jeez.
times. Literally, dude.
I'd be putting like some extra brake lights on that thing.
This car is like so jinxed, right? and she goes, yeah, I've been rearing it like X amount of times, but it still runs good. Fucking Drake goes, you know what? I rear in my girl like, you know, a few times a week, and she still runs good too.
Oh my god.
And I'm like,
Oh my god, that's classic.
He's 19. He's a young man. What do? You know what I mean? And Gina's like looking at him like going, oh my God, Drake. You know, and I'm sitting there
And
going,
then she looks at you and goes, Zig, what are you
yes,
teaching
that
our
is
son?
yours. That is your son. Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
too
it's
funny.
great.
I got my track bike done.
I saw the Facebook post.
Yeah, buddy.
It's alive.
Dude, I had that one, but I was supposed to one today with when I first put it up on the lift, and it was all bent up and what have you. You know, I mean, you have to really look at it to really know what I've done. But I'm so stoked. But I rode it today for the first time, but I can only ride in the parking lot.
Because it's not registered yet.
You know, and well, no, it's track only.
Oh, you
There's
can
no
track
lights, no license plate, no nothing. It's just a dedicated track bike. So I went
rode it on the street anyway.
I went two up on the rear sprocket, one down on the front sprocket. So because I know I'm going to be at streets. I know I'm going to need that when I do Horse Thief, which I'm still probably going to bring my 600, but I still want to ride on horse just for the shit of
Heck yeah.
use of it. So I'll probably bring both bikes, and then I'll let you ride them. Let's see how you play with Lee on my Gixxer, my old school Gixxer, because you got a 2017 R1. This is an 01 15. I got an 01 Gixxer 1000. So,
Yeah.
but and then chuck wall, I'm going to get the chuck wall because when outside of the bowl and then coming on the straight, it's like Mike was saying, it's because he's got a ZX10.
Okay.
That's why he was saying a leader
Right.
bike. He's got an
Right.
04 ZX10. So I'd really have to ring out, first and second gear, just wind them out,
Yeah.
But this way, if I did that, change that gear so that much, it's gonna pull real hard and I can shift.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I changed the gears on the R1 for that specific reason, and I didn't go real drastic. I think I went up 2 teeth on the rear. I didn't change anything on the front because I mean, keeping the front end on the ground on that thing is hard to do anyhow. So,
Right.
But I just wanted a little more, as you're rolling out of the apex, and because it just didn't have enough there, unless you were in top gear, and then it's too twitchy.
Top gear.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, even an observation point when I was watching it, you can tell when you're coming out of like the chicane, it's you're just on the gas. You weren't clutching it,
Right.
And you could tell the front end would loft, and just it pulls really
wants
hard
to come up, yeah.
because you're going through that in first gear anyways, right? The chicane
second.
at Horse Thief,
Yeah.
you're in second.
Yeah, short shift.
Do you really? Oh, okay.
Short shifts, from first to second. And
Well,
Yeah, Torquey.
because with JG's, he's got a 600 CBR, and then we were at Streets, right? So I mean, on a 600, you can
wring its neck.
second, third, fourth, fifth gear down the straight
Down the
because we were
straight.
running in a counterclockwise direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, you can ream those out. I mean, I kept my gear ratio stock on my 600. But JG was getting in, and he had the Shinko Verge, and people like, people like whenever I talk about that tire, I have the tire that he took to the track, and it's all like it's got all the boogers on the side, and you can see the blue, because when I mentioned it, like, I heard those tires are slippery. Well, no, look at this, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I still need a track picture of you to put on the wall.
All of the pictures that I bought, I lost because the flash drive stopped working.
Oh.
Before I got to download them.
You know what?
I was like, fuck.
Do you want
Damn.
hit up
sucks.
what is it?
Kelly Photo?
Yeah, Cali Photography.
Yeah, because if
Is
they
that who
have
took
like a
it?
backup, they might be able
They
to find
probably-
it.
Yeah, just
I was going to
dude.
take it with me to the next track day and just say, hey, man, is there any way you can recover this?
Or just say, hey, can you send me just a couple pictures? I don't.
If you call them up or email them, email's the best way for Kelly Photography, and tell them the date that you were there and that you bought, photos. They can probably pull it up and maybe resend them to you.
Yeah.
Possibility. I don't know, but yeah, but they're really cool people.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what the company was.
Yeah. So if it's Kelly Photo, just remember the date. You got to have the date that it was.
When was it? That was last April, wasn't it? It's probably been a year since that track
it was
day
last
for me.
year. Yeah, it was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the first time I'd been to the track, and then this will be the second one.
So that was before our instructor training.
Somebody forgot I told her I was on the radio.
Good vibrations.
Hi, honey.
I wonder because Doug
Peralta.
it said that because he's part of the CMC, California Motorcycle Community.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if I did this, is it on that one too? Does it go on that one? If I'm part of the community, or do I have to actually start it on that one?
The show, put the show on.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work.
I'm gonna have to find that. We're not gonna try it now in the middle of the
Right.
show because it'll be
Right.
all fucked up.
Yeah.
But back to Horsey, it's because you got the R1.
Mm-hmm.
I've always ran my 600, except the first time I was there, but that was 4 years ago. But I've always ran my 600, and then Freight Train had his the BMW,
R1200 RT.
R12, and now you've got the
R1200 RT.
no
but
the other one. I said the other. What was the other one? The
it was
previous-
still an RT.
Oh, was it? Okay, just a
Just different
later
color.
model. Okay.
Newer. Yeah, that was a 2016. This is a 2018.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But it's got cornering, banking ABS, and I told you I got into that in an accident, right? Coming out of Horse, I'm down on 5, the downhill. I was freaking hauling ass. I got into the ABS, into the braking zones, and I was like, I'm just gonna flop it. It was like, and I just flopped it, and it worked like right around the corner. It was like, that was the freakiest, weirdest thing I've ever felt in my life. And it was
Oh, so you were
freaking
actually
brilliant.
using the ABS in the corner?
I just held the brakes and then flopped it into the corner.
Really?
And it just went right. It actually went smoother around the corner in ABS than I couldn't believe it. It was
That
almost
was
like
leaving the PDW last year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean,
no, the track day, the Friday.
Oh, okay.
The,
Okay.
Because I was like pushing a little more, and I had those new Metzler tires on there, those Z8s.
He
Those
was
things
feeling good
sucked,
after riding the track.
right? Oh yeah, I was going, and it was like ABS is kicking in. Normally, they would clear the brakes, reset it, and go. And I'm like, I'm not gonna let off. I'm just gonna hold it and I'm
what
gonna
happens?
flop. It's either gonna be a yard sale or something. Something's gonna happen, right? I was like, if I slide out, I slide out, whatever. But
I'm gonna have to explain this to my wife when I get home.
So actually,
right? So yeah, I just went right around the corner. But I mean, pretty much, man, 2018, 2019 models coming out, you're starting to see almost the higher end models, Ducati,
with all
BMW,
that type of
Yamaha.
traction control and stuff.
Yeah, the cornering banking ABS is starting to become almost standard on some of the higher end bikes right now.
Right.
Like the Ducati Scrambler, I think it's 1100. That's one of the first Ducatis they put it on. And then I was reading a test on it, and the test rider went into the corner he was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to get into the corner. He flopped it over, leaned it over like 50 degrees, and just grabbed the brakes as hard as he could. And he said he just went right around the corner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That would freak me the fuck out.
Yeah, because you got to think. I mean, it totally mind fucks you because, like, I've always been riding forever. You program your mind to, okay, I can't be into the brakes hard into the corner. Or I'm gonna freaking crash.
Right.
To know, you got to reprogram your mind to go, okay, we get into the corner. I'm just gonna hold the brakes and go around the corner like you would if you weren't on the brakes. And it's
works.
amazing how well it works.
Huh,
It
that's
is
crazy.
insane.
I'm not gonna try it.
No.
I'm okay with that. I'm
So I-
off the brakes. I just brake hard.
I
hardly
actually
do.
like
Yeah.
riding a 600 like on Chuckwalla better than my R1. I mean, obviously I had a ton of fun on my R1, but like with Christie's 17 R6, man, I loved riding that bike. On
Dude,
track.
R6s are
It was-
great handling
man.
bikes.
And even
So are the
her
CBR
Gixxer,
600s.
her 05 Gixxer 600, man, that thing. Last time we went out there, I mean, I was feeling really good that weekend. I put down some really good times. I mean, for myself, I did my personal best. Not, I'm fast for a fat guy, and but I'm happy but I was wringing that Gixxer's neck, and I had a blast on it. I just kept going around, going, man, it was. I didn't have to think about managing all that power. It was a lot of fun. You just
Suzuki's always been really good about on the 600 750s where they have really good mid range. Where it's where you're pretty much at as you start to enter your curve. You're not in the power band yet. You're in the power band when you start to right around a little past mid corner into the exit.
Yeah.
It's like I tell my students, you have 4 speeds. You have your approach speed, your entrance speed, your cornering speed, and your exit speed.
Yeah.
And which two are the fastest ones?
Exit. Believe it or not, her
Your
Gixxer.
approach and your exit, because your approach you're on it, but that's when you start
Yeah.
to do the. See, I'm big on the trail braking thing.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
That's what I use, but I think like the ABS. I know it works.
Yeah, I use it
But
as needed on trail braking.
it would freak me out. I mean, I would just mentally, because I'm 52 years old, dude. All this ABS shit hasn't been on bikes. It's like brand fucking new.
Well,
It's-
yes and no.
it's-
Okay, it's brand new in the sense that it works so superior now. Before
Like
it
the
was so.
past 5 years, dude.
They've been
was
doing it
so
on the
in-
race bikes.
Well, race bikes, but we're
Yeah,
talking.
but it
Yeah,
used
but
to
now you're
be-
talking.
Dude, it used to be so intrusive. It would be like on, off, on, off, on, off. Like it was really unstable feeling.
Right.
But now it is so smooth. The processor works so fast. I mean, I don't even know. It's like a miracle. How does this computer work so fast at unlocking the lock and then getting the wheel to turn again, but do it so it doesn't feel like it's not jerking the bike around at all?
Well, I think it's like
super
15,000 something per
crazy.
second or something like that. The processing of
It's
it.
insanity.
Yeah.
But it feels like that in the corner. It isn't like you're in the corner and the cornering banking ABS is in and it's slipping around and catching. There's none of that. It's super stable and still goes around the corner, but you can feel the buzz just like you would feel the buzz in
Right.
the ABS and the brakes. It's zzz, 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 and it's going around the corner.
Right.
It's the weirdest feeling ever.
Well,
and to know
BMW's
it's not low siding, I'm like, it just goes.
Yeah, BMW's always been really good about staying up on. I mean, we got BMW cars, so
Well, the
basically what they did is they took the
technology is-
technology from the cars, and so now we put it on our
Yeah,
motorcycles.
yeah.
But you use trail
They
braking,
drop
yeah?
from it.
Huh?
Trail braking?
What specifically as trail braking?
Okay,
just
then no, you
breaking
don't use
into
it.
the corner?
As
Just
you're
on the
entering
back.
corner.
Wait,
Oh,
are
see,
you
well,
talking
can
about hitting
use-
the front to dip your front end?
No, you can use front or rear brake, two trail brake, or you can use both the trail brake.
But that's before you turn.
Well, as you're starting to enter the turn, you're braking hard. You're late braking, and then as you start to tip in, you start to ease off the brake as you start to give it throttle.
Because I'll give it a little bit of brake before I turn. But actually, most of the time, I think I was going like at a good enough pace where I didn't really have to hit the brakes much. Like I was just trying to pace it and just use the engine brake.
So just steady throttle, then.
Yeah, because that's what one of the teachers was saying to try to do that. So, but I'm pretty sure I was braking a lot.
Well, see, that's what the R3. Like Vince got an R3, and the track days
Nice.
we go to track days. Do these R3s? They don't have to brake. Literally, they don't have to brake. They're just like, and they're just like railing it.
Right. It's called riding a slow bike fast.
Yeah, and they'll
Yeah,
downshift.
it's
You
awesome.
can hear them downshift. But
So two
they're
years
consistent.
ago, when we were out at Willow Springs, there was I'm trying to think. Is it Streets? That's right. You know where we do our PDW. What's the
It's
track
right underneath
here?
that street.
That's Street. Okay, so there was, I don't know, something going on. You know, everyone out on bikes riding that track.
This is a track day.
Okay, a track day, but I mean, this is a fast track day. This is like, A group or whatever. They're out there just hauling ass. There was a guy on a KTM RC390 was just railing guys around the corners. Yeah, they got him in the straights, but he was on their ass drafting them in the straights, and then he would just fly by them in the corners
Right.
on a 390.
Yeah, because
And I
he can
keep telling
take
the students, I
consistent
said,
speed.
Just because it's a smaller bike doesn't mean that it goes around a corner any less. You can't take a bigger, heavier bike around a corner just because you have all that power. You're still limited at what traction you have.
Well, Lee Parks is a perfect example on his little 150. There's no braking involved.
Yeah.
He just stays, and then while you're braking, he's just passing you up. Same thing with Adam Herzing
Yeah.
on that goddamn loud ass 250.
I know, that was fun. I got to ride both those bikes. Well, the funny thing, I came off the track and I was riding around with Lee, and he came, he was on his Honda. So we came off the track and he's pointing to me like, "You come here." I'm like, "Oh, what is when he talked to me about, like feedback or something from the track." And he's like, so he gets off the bike and he points to his bike and he's like, I'm like, "What about your bike?" He's like, and then finally I get close enough to him and he's like, through our helmets, he's like, "Ride my bike. Go ride something that's fun. Go take it on the track." And I'm like, "Really?" "Oh, okay. All right, boss." I mean, you can't say no.
Right.
But I'm like, holy crap. Lee wants me to ride his bike on the track right now. Okay, I'm going to jump on his bike and go.
How'd it feel?
He told me, it's a little twitchy. And
See any more of those ices?
but it turns
They're in
in.
the bottom drawer.
Oh, in the bottom drawer.
He's all
that
it,
shit. I piss stronger beer than that.
yeah, Bud Light. Ugh. Anyway, so he told me it
Isn't
turns
this the
in.
same?
No,
Yeah, whatever.
this is 5.9.
5.9. So he said it turns in really
Nice.
fast. So I was like, all right. So I played it way conservative because I'm not going to yard sell his bike, I'm like, I want to be
Right.
real chill a couple laps.
Because
and-
there's like 5 in the United States.
yeah. Plus, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be the guy that freaking, slides
Lee's
out.
bike up?
Yeah. So I'm like, couple laps in, because remember, I've been riding dirt bikes since I was 4, and it's a supermoto. So I'm like, this is cool. And about 3 laps in, I was like, oh, this is dangerous for me. This is
Yeah, this can get me in trouble.
this is too. This
those
is
are
getting way too
super
much
lightweight.
fun. Wow, this is. I was like, oh, I just wanted to sit there and start screaming the thing, and I was getting RPMs up, but I was like, I can't ring this thing out because it's Lee Park's bike. But I'm like going, God, if I just had this thing to ride, I'd be loving this.
Right.
Like it was
Which one
so
is it?
fun.
Ducati?
No, it was a
No,
Honda.
it's a-
it's
no,
a
no,
CRF, but it's converted to
Oh.
a supermoto.
No, what is his? No, I'm talking about his KTM.
No, well, he's got the Husqvarna.
Husqvarna.
Is it a Husky?
Yeah, it's a
Oh, okay. I thought
Husqvarna.
it was a KTM.
450, and then he's
that's
got
it,
a
yeah.
CRF 85 that's bored out to like a 110 or something.
Okay, yeah, no. See, I'm thinking of the
big bike.
Husky. Yeah,
Husky.
that's the one. That's the like. There's only like a few.
No, you
No,
can,
it's a
don't-
KTM.
No, it's a Husqvarna.
Is it? But there's
Yeah.
only a few.
Because what's
Yeah,
his name?
same
has
thing.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still
just
supermoto,
kidding.
but that's a specific built. Husqvarna builds a special supermoto version of that bike. It's really a dirt bike, but they supermoto it.
And they put 17s on it.
But it's from the factory that way. A lot of people convert the bikes. That bike is built from the factory like that.
right.
So that's this thing is just run on rails. But that CRF that I rode, that thing was, yeah, it turned in quick. But once you got used to it, you just like you say, you just drag the brakes and go. You don't even need to get out of it.
Right.
You just,
There's a guy
Slow it down
that
and
has
flop
a
it.
DRZ 400, and he goes to the Track Experience track days, and every time we go, he's always there. And Dylan is actually, well, both the boys. They just love to fuck with the Italian stallions. You know, if you ever look at a lot of the pictures that I post on Facebook. It's always the boy, you know, one of my boys, and there's always an Aprilia or a Ducati right behind them. You know what I mean? And it's like they'll let like the R1s and this thing, you know. But as soon as the Ducati gets okay, now we're on the hunt. You know, but there's this guy on this DRZ dude that is it kills it at the track, and he's like, I mean, he's just backing that thing in. Like completely supermoto, you know. I'm like, holy shit, you know. And there's a picture. I'll share it with you guys. But there's a picture of Dylan. They're running streets in a clockwise direction. So it's a turn going into turn 3.
Okay.
And then because you come downhill, right, and you go into turn 3, and here's Dylan, and he's got his knees like this far off the ground, and then you got the guy on the DRZ right behind him, and he's completely not completely sideways, but you can see his ass
Foot out in
end
front of him.
is stepped out, foot in front, and Dylan's like going, I can't lose that guy. He can't get in front of me, but I can't lose him. You know, but he'll lose on his 04 600RR. Not all the Italian stallions, because some of those guys are really fucking good.
yeah.
But majority of them,
remember,
I'm gonna
it's
say at least 60%.
Right.
At least 60% of those
does.
guys in the Italian stallions that go to the track days that we go to, but the boys are just like fucking romping on these
Yeah.
guys. On Drake's got a 2013 R6 and Dylan's got 04 600RR, and there's like, yeah, because the same track that you were at too.
Yeah.
Dude, the guys, we were sitting there. We were sitting in because when we went there, they're running in a counterclockwise direction, which I love. So when you're sitting in the paddock, when you're coming off the track, now you're coming off right here, so you're having to go through,
Right.
you know, where everyone's at the paddock, where everyone's
Right.
parked. We're sitting there, and these the group of 3 roll up, you know, and this guy on a I don't know, a multi-shot or whatever, 1098, whatever. Yeah, okay. And flips up, stops next to us, flips up his lid. We're sitting on the tailgate, and he goes, hey, those are your boys out there on the well, Dylan had his silver bike then. On the silver, and Drake had his cami bike on the silver and camo bike, right? And I going, yeah. He just goes, and he just shakes his head. And he just goes, and I'm like, going, my boys,
That's great.
your $25,000 bike. Yeah,
That's funny. When I
Dude, you can look, and that's one of the things I say in classroom is, you know, we talk about overconfidence. So, yeah, so you get a lot of the kids, and they get, you know, little Johnny graduates from high school. Mommy and Daddy buy him a brand new GSXR 600, a nice set of Alpine leathers and boots and gloves and a bitchin', you know, Suomi helmet, and all of a sudden he's got all this confidence. He's got all the right gear, but he doesn't have the skills.
Yeah, it doesn't work out too
You
good.
know, And then
I
little,
think the confidence isn't so much from the gear; it's from the pussy he's getting.
Oh man.
Well, but that's it. All the impaired riding, right? Is the overconfidence,
Right.
And yeah,
That'll get you in
that's
trouble
gonna come
really
get you.
fast.
Yeah.
It's gonna come bite you, and that's why look, it's great, especially when I got young kids in the class. You know what I mean? Because when you're going through the introduction, I said, because we have what they say, and I said, and then add in what kind of bike you plan on getting. It's always young guys, I'm planning on getting a GSXR R6 or
I'm gonna give me an R1
or Ducati, the Triumph,
The old school Gixxer, wannabes are now the new the R6. It's almost
Right.
like that. I want to be a noob rider, kind of thing. I'm like, go get yourself a 300. And when you can ride that to its max, then you can move up to the 600.
And Adam Hershey is a perfect goddamn example, dude. He rips on that fucking 250.
Yeah.
Okay?
You know what? I wrote
it's
that
loud.
one.
It's loud as shit. You can hear him behind
Yeah, it
you.
sounds
and,
great
and they always,
for 250.
when you're on the track, your thing is don't change your line. If the person's going to pass you, let them. Will find a place to pass you. Because they'll that like if you're gonna overtake somebody, follow them through the few turns. Sometimes I follow guys like a lap and a half before I'm like, okay, I want a comfortable spot because I don't want to fuck them up.
figure out a good spot because it's not a race.
It's not a race.
It's not a race, and you need to pass with respect. And,
Right.
And so you figure out where the timing's right, and
Yeah,
make your
and so
move.
now you're sitting on Horse Thief, and then
like
and
a
you got
lion
Adam
ready
behind
to
you,
pounce.
and that goddamn 250's like, wow, and you're like going, oh my god, I can fucking hear him in my goddamn helmet, dude. Adam, would you just freaking pass me? And then one time, I was going down, coming out of a 14, and I just pulled into the side, started slowing down, and then we go into the paddock, and he's like going, hey, I just want to let you know. Don't change your line. I was fine. I'm like going, but I wasn't, Adam. I wasn't fine. I heard your bike. I'm like,
Zig was hearing
would you just
footsteps.
pass
He was
me
hearing
for
the
God's
lights
sake? That's what-
crying. Yeah.
We were on the track, and then Chris was rolling up behind me. I could hear him, and I was like, I still wanted to hang with him so bad, but I was so tired because I just got through pushing like really hard. I was like, I need to get off and shake my arms out, get back
Did you
on.
push?
No, I don't even-
I
You
was
push?
pushing very hard, and the scrubbing the tires is going fast.
push it real good.
I was leaning very, very far over, and then the bike was going very fast. So yeah, having very much fun. Yes. And then I heard Chris coming behind, maybe making lots of noise, and then he says, "Oh, I hear the bike coming," and I'm like, "Oh, but I'm too tired. I know that if I stay on track and Chris pass, I maybe crash because I'm going to stay with him, and he's gonna pass me fast, but I have to catch and fast and follow, and then I'm going to maybe crash on the turn and then be bad day. So I say, okay, I'm going to exit the track here. I'm going to off, and then maybe next times we run together. Yes."
That was awesome,
like
dude.
Yeah.
Somebody
We
wants.
interviewed Valentino Rossi.
Well, see, I got.
Thank you, Danilo
Oh,
Bertucci.
yes.
Well, see, I got smart on it. I got smart. And was like, I'll be the middle guy. I'm not going to be in the slow group. I'm not going to be in the fast group. 'Cause I know in the fast group, I'm going to have to deal with Bianco and Lee and Adam and fucking Ophir. But then they always decided like going, there's group 2. I mean, go inside this one too. So I've learned it since Adam corrected me on that one. Just you know what? If I'm getting, just go into the hot pit, let him go around, and then get back on the track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If he catches me again, by that time the session's going to be over, and we're going to be pulling off because we're getting the green flag or the checkered flag. There you go. Time to get off the
who I
fucking track.
missed, and that's pretty fast as well, is Nick DeVolt. And
Oh yeah,
he
Nick can
he
go
had-
fast too.
He had
Yeah,
an
he is.
He had an
Yes.
injury this last PDW, and he couldn't ride.
Yeah.
Well, no,
the-
but
the-
on what though? On a bicycle.
On a bicycle, yeah, on his mountain bike.
Two years,
Yeah.
2 years
Yeah.
ago, on a 600, he was just, talk about come out of nowhere like you were too. All of a sudden, he's like right in your butt. I'm like, I didn't even know he was on the track. What did he just get the airdrop from a helicopter?
That's what I'm telling you, man. Them guys
He had
will
his
go
R1 out there, too.
into two, and then they'll do the group two, and they're like, I'm gonna go out there and have some fun.
You know what he does? He passes me, then in taps his rear fender, follow me, and I'm like, really, dude? You're on an R1. I'm on my 1200. Let's take about 600 pounds off my bike, and then I can follow you.
No
Right.
problem,
We did.
mate.
He did
No
hang.
problem.
We did ride a little bit, but it was like he was just flying. I'm like,
Well,
oh my
like 'cause
God.
when JJ went to the track day with us, and they give you the green. Okay, it's this. We got one more lap, and then or not the what is track experience? What green is go? It's all the same. Green,
White flag.
Yeah.
One more lap.
white flag.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go.
I was like, I don't remember.
Fuck, man, I got to be going. Oh my God! Yeah, I'm noob. I'm a noob. So the white flag. So one, we get this is the last lap. So for JJ, and I'm behind him, right? And then we get the checkered flag, right? So we're going through, and then I go to pull up. What does JJ do?
I did?
One more big.
I don't even remember that.
He's like going, I'm good.
Because I remember the very first run that I did. I stayed out the whole
White flag,
time.
Virgin coming.
But every other run that I did, I would wear myself
Yeah,
out.
the
It was
yellow
that
stripe
big
on the
bowl
back.
turn. There's the G-forces from that were like making me feel dizzy and stuff. So I'd like
my
ride for like
God.
15 of the 20 minutes and then go in early. Be like, I need Gatorade.
It's like like the shifter carts. They have that track up in Vegas too. Those carts, dude. Those things are just in stupid fast. I drove one of those. My buddy has like 2 or 3 races of those things.
they run them at Fontana.
Fontana, Adams over here. They got them all over the place.
Off the 91, yeah.
But those things are insanely fast. And talk about being dizzy and blurred vision because there's no suspension. So any bounce on the ground, you feel it.
every little bump. Yeah.
But there's so much traction and power. Those things are insane. So how much, Chris, do you get into your computer on your bike? I mean, how much are you relying on it to keep it from spinning and all that?
I rely on it the least amount possible. So
I'm sure of that, but I'm talking about how much do you inadvertently get into it?
like if I'm starting to feel wheel spin from, let's say, a tire that's starting to go bad or something, or typically it's usually the tire's starting to go bad, then I'll up the traction control, and then like if I'm pulling out of corners and the front end's coming up too much, then typically I ride it with the wheelie control off. So that way I can do my little
You can
fun
do
stuff,
your wheelies.
right? But if I'm really trying to put down times, I put the wheelie control on to where it only comes off the ground about 6 inches. But the traction control, I pretty much don't mess with it. I leave it on the mildest setting on traction control, and
Nice.
and just let the bike do its thing. Nikki Hayden has always been my idol, and he at one point in his career he said, "Man, you just got to ride the wiggle," and so when the bike starts to wiggle, you just stay in the gas and you ride the wiggle. And
Oh yeah,
that's what
coming
I
out
do.
when it does.
Yeah,
it
because
does
the
this.
last thing you want to do is chop the throttle.
Chop the
'Cause
throttle.
that'll launch you.
Yeah, like there was a
Maybe.
video Zig shared probably about a year ago of this guy, and he was racing in the rain, and he was just nailing it. He was sliding around a little bit, but he just went with it every time, and
Yeah.
just like as long as you relax. That's what I
Yeah,
love about the Honda, because I've had my bike do that a couple times. Once I
It's-
went through an
it's such a
unexpected
forgiving
puddle, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But the bike just ate it up. All I did was just kept with it, and it was just boom, right back up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big thing is not
And then-
panic and,
and
just
this-
hold it, let it do its thing.
Right.
Yep.
Here's when people, I crash roll because they roll off the throttle right away because they don't know what's going on, and that just sets a bike up for
Yeah, that's going to
really
stop
bad.
the rear wheel basically.
Yeah, and then you're going to be launching over the bars.
Right, because my 600 is the same year as his, 04 600R. Honda makes really great.
It's a great bike.
Great bikes.
Great
Even-
ergonomics on
I
the
wish
bike and
I wish they would have
comfortable to
came
handle
with
engine.
inverted forks, but our years have the regular telescopic forks, but they have great damping. You just got to really put some thick ass.
Well, you always remember the
I put
later
heavy
years, They always had it dialed in before they changed it
Yeah.
again. Then you have to kind of relearn the whole process.
Right.
So
But-
it's probably not a bad thing to have the better of the old stuff.
Right, yeah, that way it puts more into the rider's hands, instead of like kind of like the bike can take care of this for you, so you don't have to deal with this.
Yeah, you're still-
that's just my thing. I'm old school.
Yeah, you're still riding the bike.
And my CBR 1000 was an 05, so the only thing really advanced in that was the HESD, the Honda Electronic Steering Damper. And that thing fucking worked. And when I first read about it, yeah, whatever, but it freaking worked, man. Because when I got
I was
in
skeptical
corners,
about those at first. I was like, electronic steering damper?
right?
Yeah.
But you get that I got her banked over, dude, and it was like, and when you get so far and the front end might want to tuck, or you know what I mean, and it was just stable, and I didn't have to put any more effort if I felt like the front end started to want to tuck, didn't want to do it, and I'm like, holy shit, this shit works.
And where that
the faster
really-
you went, the more it worked,
And-
the more
and-
the lean angle, the more it worked. I'm like,
And
holy
where that
shit.
really comes to
well,
play
there's-
too is where you're heavy on the throttle. If you're leaned over and you're coming out of the exit, and you're on that throttle hard and that front end's starting to lift, and the minute that it touches down and you get that tank slapper, that's where that HSD comes in, and you don't feel it, Whereas like the R6s, it's always been a downfall on the R6s because they don't come with a steering dampener,
Right.
stock. Whereas like the Gixxers do. The Gixxers come stock with
Yeah,
a
and
steering
that's
dampener,
huge.
and that's huge. I mean,
Yeah, it does make a big.
Well, it's
Chris's
yeah,
bike, I
because
got a nasty tank slapper on that thing.
yeah, because at streets when running the counterclockwise direction, when you're coming into turn 2 and you're going down turn 1, because now you're on the gas.
Yeah.
Because now you just have the downhill. So when I got on and that front end came up, and then just a few inches,
Just floating. Yeah.
but
floating.
when it landed, and I knew it was off the ground, and I was waiting for it to go boom, 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 like this. No, it just poof, like
Yep.
this, and then I'm like, holy shit, that shit works.
It works. Oh,
Damn
yeah, it
Honda,
works.
man.
Yeah.
Damn Honda.
Yeah, you know what, Zig? You really need to ride something brand new with all the computer and just so you know what that's like. That
All
is,
right. Well, okay, then I'll
R1
I'll
is
tell you what. I'll ride your bike at the
My
next.
R1.
Actually,
you can do
instructor
that,
track
or sometime you get a weekend off or a Saturday. I know it's rare for you to get time off, but we can go grab a bunch of demos at the BMW dealer and we can go ride them all day.
Actually, remember what I was
Brand new
talking
bikes,
about?
they want to
okay.
get miles on them. So when I took the BMW S1000RR out, reason why I'm getting into how much did you use electronics. So I wrote it both ways, and I went through all the different settings. Man, let me tell you, like in race mode, thank God for the computer settings. One, I don't have to cover the rear brake to keep the front end from just launching over the top of my head because it's just unreal power. I mean, raw, ridiculous power. Like you cannot believe. Like, I mean, I've ridden all my life, 4 years old up till I was 15 to get my street, but I've ridden high horsepower dirt bikes, 500 two-stroke dirt bikes, just ridiculous speed power.
Nice.
To feel that on a street bike was like, wow. But this was like, I don't even know if you can possibly use that much. I mean, you have to be like these guys at Isle of Man. I think they're pretty much getting to the limit of using all that bike. But I mean,
Oh,
that.
yeah.
but
Oh, yeah, they are,
You
for
have to
sure.
be to that point. You
Yeah,
have to be almost tie your brain to your hand and just let it go. Point to use all the leader bike.
Yeah.
You see all these guys out there with these leader bikes. I'm like, you're
That's
using maybe 10% of that bike. 10%
Well, yeah,
is all you're using.
Well,
of
dude,
that
I mean,
thing.
at my shop, I've got a lot of young guys, and they got the R1s or 1000 RRs or Gixxer 1000, the S1000. Two of my son's buddies have S1000 RRs. I'm like going, and one's got a ZX10. And then, but I have a couple customers that have, and they're like going, yeah, I want to. Can we punch this out? Like, can we make it fat? And I'm going, dude.
No,
You
sure, for a drag bike, absolutely. If you want to go straight, we can do that.
No, what
And
I
see if you
told
can
him,
hold the
I told him,
front
I was
on
like,
the
going,
ground.
dude, you haven't even tapped the power that bike has. Oh, yes, I have. Oh, yeah, I've went down the freeway doing like 100,
110,
180
here.
miles an hour down the freeway. Yeah, see, you haven't tapped into it because that's in a straight line. You haven't tapped into it in the turns.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, if you start tapping that power into the turns, it's gonna get away from you.
Yeah.
That straight line. Fuck, anybody can drive in a straight
First thing
fucking
I
line,
do,
ride in a straight line fast.
I look at the rear tire and I'm like, okay, I see how you ride.
Yeah, you know
Oh,
what?
right.
Spot,
Yeah,
Little
flat.
chicken
And
strip.
you know what?
and it's still got the nubs on the side
And I
of
always
the
tell
tire.
the students,
Right.
I always say, like, you don't even have to be on the motorcycle for it to go that fast. The motorcycle by itself, without you on the bike, will ride that fast. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
You can be a computer will ride that bike better than you can ride it.
Right?
And yeah, these guys have no idea. It's like it's so crazy, dude. It's like, but that bike, the new S1000R, well, anything new, the new,
Yeah.
the Aprilia, the Ducatis, the freaking R1s, that class of bike is just so technologically advanced. It's in stupid territory. Like, what can you possibly do with this thing? I was just like going, wow, this is insanely awesome. The ergonomics, the smoothness. I tried not to intentionally low side it, but it won't let you low side. You push it down. It's got a banking sensor in it.
It's got
And-
a slide mode.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
shove the handlebar down, and even though you're holding the throttle in, it's rolling off on you.
Yeah.
It's slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. Let the bike stand up until it's getting traction, or you're out of that lean angle. And then it allows you power again. But it's so smooth, so linear, you almost can't feel it. You have to think, where's my hand position? My wrist position's down, holding the throttle wide open, but the bike won't let it go. It's like,
Right.
like as it comes up, it's giving you more and more.
Yeah.
So,
You guys gotta
awesome.
come.
my buddy
both
Mike
of you have to ride
Clapwood
that one.
chimed in. He says he wants to join us on the track day. He was supposed to join us on the track day one time a few years ago, and then but he got into an accident on his bike the day before.
Oh no.
You know, yeah, Mike. You know what, dude? You can ride one of my bikes. I have no problem, dude.
Yeah, he wants to try different size bikes.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
wants-
if you know what, Michael, if you've never been on something like a 300, that is so much fun.
He's got oh shit, Mike, what bike do you have, dude? I'm hitting a brick wall. But he's got kind of like they revamped the Translap. Remember the Translap? That was that's what he rides. I can't think of it's a 500, but great bike.
Interceptor?
No,
Honda?
he's got the newer one. I'm just trying to think of what the.
Well, while you're thinking of that, so when I did the Moto Gymkhana last month out at Fontana, it's track days. They do this same weekend. There was two guys that came down from Fresno. It's not Wera. What is that group that they travel around different tracks? What were they doing last month at Fontana? Anyway,
Wera.
that group
It was Wera.
Wera, right?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
Wera.
I thought it was. So there was two guys to race. They came down from Fresno on R3s. They look so bitchin', dude. These R3s were just sweet looking, but
Those were the factory guys. That was
yeah, but
that
they were
was,
flying. I mean, absolutely just balling out there. I'm
man.
like, wow, that looks fun. I'm going. I want to
Yes.
ride that bike.
I want to check out the electric bikes. Remember
Yeah,
I was
that's-
talking to you about that?
dude,
Because this
the
one,
Zeros
I don't
are-
know how much it
Zeros are
weighs,
awesome.
but yeah, the Zero has some new ones. But the Lightning one, I'm really excited about because it looks like it's more powerful than the new, more powerful Zero one they have, and a lot cheaper
There's-
because
there's a
Zeros are
bunch,
expensive.
dude.
It's like
Yeah.
19 grand for one, and I mean you can buy a
Little less than that,
S1000
but-
for that much too.
No.
Oh, are they
No.
more than that now?
Yeah, 25.
Oh shit! I thought they were 16 still.
No.
Hey, Christy, if you're still listening, chime
But
in. Who were the two Yamaha guys out there at Fontana last month
that's
on
right,
the
you guys-
factory Yamahas?
you guys were
I know
out
it was
there.
that one, the new kid, the young 16, 17-year-old. I keep wanting to say his name's Nicolo, but
Something like that.
It's something like
I
that,
met them,
yeah.
but I was
Nikolai?
like, I wanted to ride their bikes.
yeah, those bikes are trick. So they're, I think they're sponsored by Ridiculous Racing.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
And they put a YouTube video out of them doing the dyno run on those things, and it's pretty amazing what they're getting out of those. You know, just doing some little tweaking and exhaust and stuff like that.
It's just it doesn't. You don't have to work so hard to ride those bikes. The big heavy bikes, you have to
Yeah.
physically ride the bike.
And those dudes were pinned. Going,
Yeah, but
going
and that's
through
all you
there,
got to do is just
and-
now you got to think about just going through and hitting your marks and your braking zones, and that's all you have to really worry about. Where
Yeah.
the big bikes, you really have to think ahead and set it all up and get it.
Oh yeah,
you know,
and you got to
slow
manage
down.
all that power. You got to
Yeah.
you got to know when you can roll up back on the throttle, mid corner and stuff like that.
Yeah, because dude, you're hitting 230 out there on the track.
Yeah,
On
Fontana.
when you're on the racetrack, there's a portion they ride up on the track
It's from
itself,
turn
and
4,
it's banked.
and then just before turn 1, you're shaving off a $160, $180, $190, whatever.
Some of the guys are that's normal.
yeah,
That's
that's
a normal
normal.
speed. 130 to 190 in there.
And then, mind you, you're riding a foot off the wall on a bank straight away like this, right? And then you're diving into a left and a right and a left and then back around to the infield.
They're doing these on R3s?
No, anything, whatever.
Everything, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we're talking about leader bikes because you gain so
Yeah,
much
I'm
speed.
like, wait,
speed.
But because
190?
because of
R3s are tried doing a buck
the
20,
problem is because you're
buck
coming out in the bank angle, the G-force of the bank angles is basically slamming the suspension almost down to nothing because it's shoving you into the corner.
Yeah.
So guys are almost, if your suspension isn't set up right, it'll eat you up because it's like it'll start slamming
Zig,
out
did
the
Christy
stop.
respond
But
to my question?
Rocco.
Rocco, yeah.
Michael
That
Platt
kid rips.
CB500X. Okay, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You're that CB500X. That's a good. You could ride that on the track.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
that's what
Bike.
Mike's got.
So
Yeah,
it's
there we go.
It's basically a higher power 300. I mean the 500. The CB500 is not.
Oh,
it's
no,
not
dude,
like
it's-
a high powered bike, but it'd be fun on the track.
No, it's got a lot of torque. I mean,
Yeah.
when Mike
Yeah.
first came to my shop as a customer, and I did a service since bike took for a ride. He was the first one that I rode, and I'm like going. I came back. I'm like, holy shit, this thing's got a lot of torque, and it tips in really quick.
Yeah.
very little steering effort whatsoever,
And it won't
It's
break
just
your
like,
bank either. That's a very affordable
No.
machine.
Yeah. Yeah, again, Mike, you're more than welcome. You can
Heck
ride
yeah.
mine. I have no problem because I know that I'm dying to get Mike, with us because I really need to work with him. We've done a few rides in the mountains, and he still crosses. He
He's
crosses
twisted
up
a little bit.
Yeah, he twists up. I want to put you on blast, Mike, but you know this. But I want to work with him. You know what I mean? But I want him also to take, the advanced course, which is actually, speaking of the advanced courses, if you've already taken the BRC course, it's time to take the advanced courses, because that is going
The
to...
MTC, you mean? Motorcycle training course.
Right. But the
going old school.
MTC, yes, yeah. I'm
BRC.
going MTC.
That's a burrito, actually, but
A burrito, yeah.
now it's called the MTC.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not getting QAV. Oh, that's right. I'm not on the thing. What is it now? Right? But the MTC.
And something we forgot to mention when we were mentioning all the classes and stuff is also the slow ride. So
Yes, Vince
if
has a great slow ride
Vince's slow ride class I have not taken yet, but I'm really looking forward to. But anybody can ride a motorcycle fast. But controlling your motorcycle at 0 to 3 or 4 miles per hour,
Right.
that is technique.
Yeah, using
And-
smooth clutch and smooth throttles, which you'll learn, and that goes a long ways in riding a motorcycle. It's way back. I mean, this had to be 5, 6, 7 years ago when I went to a motor rodeo. So the motorcycle officers do their challenges, the motor rodeo, and I remember one of the instructors that was on the course was saying, "This separates the mice from men."
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
mice from ladies too, because there's some ladies out there. But I mean, to do that is something else. But they just master that clutch and throttle control, and you can do that with Vince and slow ride, and it's very key. Because
You took it.
Yeah, I've taken it.
Yes.
On
So-
any bike.
And you know
Any
what?
bike.
And you know what's
Yeah.
fun? Every single weekend when I show up at the range at SoCal,
CMT, yeah.
I will do the staircase. And the thing is, Vince hated me saying
Yeah,
it's not
it's
the
just
staircase.
it's like this huge offset weave. If you
So
want to look at it that way.
I'm teaching. So it was,
But it's like
it
a
was,
switchback. It's like a really wide weave, but you have to go. Yeah,
you have to decrease yourself, and it's full lock.
Yeah.
It's full lock, and so he was getting ready to do it. And I think I was teaching with Adrian or John. Actually, I think it was.
I guess
John
it would
Powell.
look like a staircase if you drew it.
It does. If
Yeah.
you looked at overview,
Yeah.
it's a staircase. And then so he got ready to do that because he was running the slow ride course right next to us running the MTC.
Okay.
And he had a guy with a Victory cross country.
Okay.
Not the cross country. The one that had, if you look in the front, looks like Bozo the Clown. The earlier one. And it looks like, if you look at it from the front, it looks like Bozo the Clown with his mouth open. Like you're entering the anyways. And then he had a guy with an Indian Scout. He had another guy, two guys with dresser Harleys, and then I forget what the other guy was riding. But the students are watching these people, and they're like, and because now we're getting them to, at the point where we're getting the speed up.
Right.
They're over there doing like nothing above 5 miles an hour.
Yeah. So
And we're taking a break, and they're watching it, and they're like, "Oh wow!" They're not going.
Yeah,
they're
Dave
not even
Woods
going
is
that fast.
yeah, Dave Woods is a co-instructor, and he's
Yes,
good too.
yeah, Dave Woods was there too.
Yeah.
Which is my boss at SoCal. But
He's really good too. Yeah, he's a good motivator.
Yeah.
I don't know that
good
guy.
Feedback.
But the students are looking and they're going, "Wow, they're not going that fast." I'm like going, "Yeah, that's the same thing I said." I said anybody can ride a bike fast, but
Right.
to ride it slow and under control, that's
Technique
a totally different
and
Yes.
talent.
They
And that's
can get an
hard to do.
idea of it. Do the slow speed lane change exercise. They'll get a little bit of a taste of slow speed and what they can do out there.
Well, they're always getting. They always get intimidated when they, because you're kind of you try when you get the demo. You kind of like the demo as to what kind of sets them up. But if you get an instructor that just does the offset cone really slow and then the sharp corner really, really slow and then does the lane change really, really slow, that's what you're going to get. Whereas when you're talking in the classroom, you need to, if you're doing a lane change, you need to.
You speed up.
Yeah, you gotta be authoritative. You know what I mean. And then when you do the debrief, it asks you,
Were you going slow? Or
was
were
it
you
to go slower, or
was
go
it easier to go-
fast?
yeah.
These are going faster or slower. And they say, well, then it's like faster to a point because you get
Yes.
too fast, you're blowing out through everything.
Yes,
Right.
which is great because.
But that's usually attributed because they're not in the friction zone.
Well, the thing
hope
is
they don't
that
pull the clutch
you
in.
fortunately, if you're fortunate enough to have a student that will say, "Well, it was easier to go faster when we're doing lane change, and then slower." Yes, there you go. But it's
See, I've tried it different ways and try to get them all to stay at a constant speed, even through the lane change, because I found them, they get into a drag race in the lane change zone,
Yes.
and then they enter through the gates too fast, and then they
fast.
blow themselves out of the first part of the weave. So I had the class stay at a stable speed through the lane change, through the gates, entering the offset weave.
I've
and they
never
haven't blown
had that
through
because
it.
usually when they go through the offset cone, everyone starts slowing down. But then of course,
Okay, but
they get
remember,
kind of bunched up.
we're at a modified range versus a standard size range.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah,
we're
we're on
much
standard at
tighter,
SoCal, yeah.
tight. Some of our range was really small, so like you come out of the turn, you're into the gate, you're into the weave. And if they enter it too fast, usually what they do is start grabbing the front brake to try to slow down their make the bike really unstable, and then it just screws them all up. So I tell them, all right, slower through the center, nice easy lane change, come through, and it sets the bike up more stable. They're able to get through it. Otherwise, they start getting frustrated.
Yeah, Fullerton,
that one-
we're on a very, very compact range, and like you said, literally, you're coming out of the gates.
Yeah, and you're there.
right there at the cone, and man, it's kind of tough, and then working at SoCal, you got all this room, and I'm like, oh wow, and
Yeah, it's like Cerritos. Feels like a football field compared to our modified ranges.
It
where we're
doesn't,
at.
and I want to ride the exercise too fast, and I have to.
I made a conscious effort.
Vince chimed in. It's what does he say? It says
Where's my gyro?
Zig.
Vision 90-degree offset. That's it. Yeah. So
that one is that one's tough too.
I was like exercise 20. The last exercise we do
90-degree
turns from a
offset.
stop and turning the bars. And one thing I really implemented after watching two things, I did that Coppers and Choppers ride down to Anaheim, and they did the 90-degree offset. Standing there watching civilians ride it, and how many couldn't do it because no one practices it. Nobody teaches it.
Yeah.
That's where that's so important to go take Vince's slow ride class to know that, because I'm going, I would say out of the 10 riders I watched, only 2 could do it. Only
that's
2.
now I remember the point again, because so it was, I'm teaching with John Powell. He's the getting ready. We're getting ready to start the exercise with my students, and then Vince goes, "Hey Zig," or he says, "Hey Zig, here's your staircase," and I'm like going, "Yes, he called it that. He called it that." But we are shutting down only on Chaotic Radio. But we're going to still continue. We're not going anywhere on Facebook and YouTube. So anyway, so those of you that are in Chaotic Radio land listening to it on the airwaves, we are signed out. So go ahead and click into Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and we'll be good to go.
And listen to more of our mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
These fucking guys.
Hey, but we're having fun.
Yeah. Be safe, ride safe, drive safe.
Shiny side up.
And it's always good to finish it off with a little bit of
that's
hot
good.
for teacher.
Hot for teacher.
Yeah.
I
It's
love that one.
yeah, that's it. One, it's a great drum thing, and since me and JJ are drummers, but
The JJ is too?
There's still
I
there's
didn't know
still there's
Goddamn.
still a story behind
I knew
the
something, but I
reason
didn't
why
know
he
what.
plays that, and there's a story behind how JJ got his name. So it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
It's an inside.
So did you
inside
see-
thing that we do?
So David, did you see the video I posted up of that guy on the drum set that was like spinning around, going to the sides? and all
Yeah,
that?
that's awesome.
I don't know if I saw that.
Crap.
Oh, you didn't?
Wow.
Holy
think so.
shit! Yeah, the guy
the guy
was
could
like
hold the tempo and he was
vertical
like
this and
Hanging
Oh, cool.
in his chair, like to be able to maintain the tempo. And
Well,
then
you
the
could
thing was
see him leaning
spinning.
back, and then when it was spinning, he had to like reposition himself. It's
Tommy Lee used to do that.
Yep.
Well,
that's-
he went forward.
Then you go forward.
This guy went like this, and then went sideways.
Oh, wow.
And it spun
Oh.
sideways.
Oh.
It's someone had to do it. It's just like what was it, Pastrana.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Someone had
Travis.
to be the first guy to do a backflip on a motorcycle. You know what I mean? And,
Yep.
and now you got guys doing 4 backflips.
Well, not that yet.
Well,
but
and you got
they're-
Well, I'm just
flip,
exaggerating, but
and
you know
they're
what I mean.
doing. Yeah.
And 360s now too.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
more. I started in like the '90s. I got all into the freestyle stuff. Like I was just digging all that shit. So I watched the whole thing start. Like, actually, going back to 1997 was when Brian Deegan started it. When he won the 125 Supercross Coliseum. Okay, when he ghost rid his bike off the finish line, because it was the Metal Militia and the whole thing at that time. That's what started the freestyle movement really moving, because they were going to take the win away from him for doing that, but they just penalized him points or something. But because he was pissed he didn't get a factory ride, some guy that was lesser ability got the ride because Brian Deegan wasn't the corporate guy, so Honda wouldn't take him because of that. And that's what kind of launched
He wasn't
Metal Militia.
promotable.
Yeah, because he was like,
Tattooed.
well, yeah, he was just kind of
stereotypical,
anti, corporation thing. He was.
Well,
kinda
there's
like
always
doing
got
his
to be
own
that
thing,
rebellious guy, and that's what keeps things moving. You can't be conformative, right? You have to be
but, yeah,
that. You have to be that guy.
but then what started it?
I'm
kind of
not
this-
that guy anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there was this whole group of just ragtag privateers and supercross that were like, we're just going nowhere doing this. And all of a sudden, the freestyle movement started, and all these guys went there. It was first like shut down, like,
Twitch,
this is
yeah,
never going to
Twitch
happen.
and
You guys are a bunch of
Madness.
outcasts, bunch of idiots, bunch of zeros. All of a sudden, this thing took off. And then X Games, hey, let's put freestyle motocross in X Games. And that just launched it to the next level.
Oh, yeah.
And even before all that, you look at the very first Crusty Demons of Dirt. You know,
Right,
and-
that was a great
jumping.
video.
These guys are like,
man,
it's like stunt riding.
Gone glamour
nuts.
and
Yeah.
shit,
wild,
just
out of glamorous,
launching,
just rock.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was. Those were the times, man. It was great. you
Yeah,
know?
I had like every video, every VHS video that would come out. LBZ, Krusty's. I had like
LBZ,
Krusty's
yeah.
1 through 12. Man, I had them all, and I wore those tapes out. You know,
Yeah,
of course
because
I got my
VHS.
yeah.
Who
and I
knows
got
what
my,
VHS is?
Yeah,
Right.
right. And I got my kids, like, especially my oldest boy James. He's 17. He was like drinking out of his bottle, and he's watching Krusty's. You know, I'm just like feeding it in him. You know, and then soon he was like 4.5. I went out to what's the Honda dealer out here in San Bernardino?
Oh, Chaparral?
Burr.
Oh, Bert's.
John Burr.
Bert's Mega
No,
Mall?
no,
Oh,
no.
John Burr.
John Burr.
Okay,
Out of
yeah,
business.
on
Is
Sierra.
it? Oh
Yeah,
man!
they're
wow,
out of
they've been
business.
there.
Last
They
year
were
they
there
went out of business.
forever too.
Yeah.
Against his mother's wishes, I went out to John Burr, bought him a CRF 50 with the training wheels. He was 4.5.
All the way from fucking Temple City?
No, I lived here in Rancho.
Oh, did you?
I used to live out here. I moved out here in 2004. So we had a big backyard. So it was like, yeah, his mom didn't want him to. I'm like, yeah, I've been riding dirt bikes since I was 4. I've been
Yeah.
waiting for this to
We're
put
gonna
him
do
on
this.
a bike. This is happening.
Right.
I don't care
I did the
what,
same
so-
thing with my kids. You know, it was the same exact way. You know, but my boy's mom, I was a rider. You know, and you know, when we got together, it was like, you know, and then you always you start talking about kids. I mean, because now we're in our late 20s. I mean, I was 29. So, you know, she's 26. And so, you know, it's like, okay, now we're in love, and, you know, where do we go from here? You know, and so what about kids? So, like, then you start talking about kids, you know, and then she says, goes, well, you know, are you gonna have? If we had kids, would you have them ride motorcycles? Yes.
Hell, fucking yeah.
And it was like, you know, the blank face, like,
Deer in the
know.
headlight.
Right. Like, really? Well,
I'm silently judging you right now.
Right. 'Cause now in her head, she, you know, she's thinking like, well, man, maybe this is not the right guy for me. You know.
That's why I got divorced, because, you know.
You know, but I laid it down, so you know, she just got
She was
addicted to
I do
that.
everything,
You know.
everything she didn't want to happen. I'm like, she's like, you're not gonna get him a bike. I'm like, I'm getting him a
Yes.
bike. So she wouldn't talk to me for like 2 weeks, but that's fine. We were playing in the backyard until he crashed into the fence. I'm like, all right, James, a little faster, because you know they got the throttle locks.
Right.
So I kept opening it up. I'm like, a little faster. He's like, you know, because I got him
no
wrapped
They're
up.
not thinking
Like
about
time.
breaking.
Dude, I got
fear
him.
at that time.
You know, it's awesome seeing a 4.5-year-old with all the gear on, because the helmet's like this big,
Right.
and I got him like looks like Michelin Man, because I got like 80 rolls of shrink wrap, or bubble wrap around him, so so he can't get hurt, and he's got his boots, you know, the whole thing. I like fully geared out. So he's going faster and faster in the backyard, and he gets a little wider and wider until he hits the fence, he crashes, and then he's like didn't know what happened. I'm like, okay, that's your limit. That's how fast you can go. Okay, don't go any faster than that. And kind of progressed from there. Then started taking him out in the desert. And
Yeah, and then it was over from there.
Yep.
oh, yeah.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
there were ones.
but
You know what's scary though is being a father, watching your kid ride, and then when he crashes hard, you're like, now I understand the father fear factor of watching your kid ride and crash. You're like, oh shit! I mean, he totally just ate it hard, and I was freaking out, thought he was hurt, because he was like, dude, he crashed.
Yeah,
bad,
they're
right?
limber. When
They're
young,
limber. He
limber.
got full gear on. He has chest protector on. I get down there, sitting on his butt. He busted his visor off his helmet, and his visor is in his eyes, right? And he can't figure out why he can't see it, because the visor's in his eyes, you know. And he's sitting around, and I get down. I'm like, James, you all right? You all right? And he's not talking, and I'm like, you okay? And he's like, and I put the visor up, and I'm like, you okay? And he's like, oh, I see now. And he's all, Dad. I'm like, yeah, are you okay? Yeah. Is you hurt? Your arm hurts? And no, everything moves? Okay, good. Phew, thank God.
right,
You know, because
yeah.
he was like
Right.
rag doll. And he's like, Dad. I'm like, what? He's like, did that look like Travis?
Oh,
Because remember, he's been watching all these videos, watching Travis. He want to know about his style points more than if he was hurt.
Did I crash really cool? Right.
Yeah.
So my boy's mom. It's like, so what we had, so we had the blank face thing, and like, okay, well, shit, this guy's gonna, in her head, she's like going, all right, well, maybe this is not the right guy for me. Well, a few weeks later, guess what? I'm pregnant.
Oh, I'm pregnant.
And I got the
How
phone
did that
call.
happen?
She's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm doing all right. What's up? She goes, "I have some news I need to tell you." Yeah, what's up? And she's like, "Oh, I didn't have a cell phone then. This is before I had a cell phone." And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm pregnant." Nice, and so it's too late. Now it's too late. There's no turning back,
Right.
And so I figured I moved in with her out in Fontana, in Southridge, and not too far from right now. And like 4 months later, she's like a few months, to go, and I bought a JR50.
Nice.
So I came home with the GR50. I put it in my fucking RX-7, dude. I had an '83 RX-7. I shoved that thing in the
Put it in
fucking
the hatch.
I just laid the passenger seat down and put that fucking thing inside there.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then she's like, "Oh, what is that?" And I'm going, "This is Dylan's bike." We already had the name picked out. This is Dylan's bike. She said, "Oh my god, you could."
Oh man.
Fuck, here it goes. So once he started, well, obviously he didn't start riding until he was like 3 years old, and then he was like kind of putting around, and then when he was born, I mean, after like 3 months old, dude. Seriously, I swear to God, dude, 3 months old, I already had him on the tank, and we lived in a cul-de-sac, and I would just, and he just loved the shit out of that
around.
shit. You know what I mean? And then it got to the point where it's like when I would get home. And he was old enough, he was walking, he heard my bike pull up. He's running outside, pick him up, put him on the tank, and then
Yeah, I was like that.
It was a given.
My dad used to race, so he had his Ducati. He raced TT and all that shit. And I remember he took me around the track at Ascot one time. That was my claim to fame. I've been on the track at Ascot.
Wow.
But on my dad's bike. Yeah.
At Ascot.
At Ascot. I
Fucking
remember
A,
it like yesterday because remember there was the crossbar, but there wasn't crossbar pads in. So I remember hanging onto the crossbar, and it was just like a freaking straight exhaust. Had the megaphone exhaust and just blasting loud. It was just. I remember this bike going around the track, sliding. He wasn't going that fast, but fast enough that it was like wind and. This is crazy awesome.
That's awesome.
And it just gets in your blood, man. You're all of a sudden, you get a bug bites you, and then you're like,
oh, right.
ain't no turning back now.
Yeah, and then the first
shit.
time their mom came out to the dirt, and now it's Drake is riding now too, and then she's just like, oh my god, oh my god.
Was it a hand-me-down thing? You get a bigger bike, and then
we get to the track. Now she comes to the first track day. Her first time at the track, and she's where she's sitting on the bleachers, right? And the boys are going off, and I just wanted to sit with her, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
Don't look.
Yeah.
She can only look when they were off in the distance and
Right.
coming out, because it appeared to them that they were going slower,
Right.
But then it got to the
Leaned
point
over.
where we're at Big Willow, and then here comes Drake because Dylan crashed out fucking three laps in his first session, so his day was over.
Well, she was probably freaking out about that too.
Well, no, because it wasn't all that bad, but the fence is still scarred.
But didn't he
It's
slide
still
up a
scarred. A
bank?
buddy of mine sent me a picture of
got a
a few
bow
weeks
in
ago. He does cars, and he took a picture of it. He goes, "Hey Zig, Dylan's footprint's still here." But
boy.
Drake's going, and he's still going. He's like on his fifth session, and he's riding with Mike. Because Dylan wanted to listen to Mike.
So you tell him, hey,
And-
you know what? You never know how fast you go till you crash.
Right.
Oops. Okay, that's fast enough.
So Mike was like, hey, because I'm not as good of a rider as Mike. Mike's really fast, and he can give my kids a lot, put them up to the next level.
Right.
And So, but Dylan didn't want to listen, and of course, he wants to show up in front of his girlfriend.
Right.
And then his day's over. But
Then you're hanging out with your girlfriend.
right, exactly. But
Sailed it.
well, then we had other family
Exactly.
come out. You know,
He sent it all right. It was
so now
the
here's
iPhone.
Drake, and she's recording it, and he comes out, and he's just and he's doing probably like $130, you know, down the straight, at Big Willow,
Yeah.
going to the turn one, boom, and then Mike's on his ZX10, you know, and so Mike's trying to get he's showing him lines, and Drake's following it to a T.
Right.
Then they come around again, and now Mike slows down a little bit. You know, he goes into turn one, and he takes it a little deep, you know, and allows Drake to get around the outside, you know, and it looks so awesome because then you can just hear Drake's bike because it's loud, and he just gets on it, and Dina's like, "Oh my God, look at Drake!" And now all of a sudden she's into it.
Now she's into
Oh
it.
yeah, and then I said, "Oh, he passed Mike." I knew what Mike was doing. Oh my God, he passed Mike. And then he's and because I'm Big Willow, you can see the entire track.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and they come around and you know, and she's like, "Oh my God," and he's doing like 180 miles an hour on her narration, and I'm just laughing. But it does look it does
looks
look
fast.
like you're going
Hell
that
yeah, it
fast.
does.
But you know, I mean, shit. When you're at a $130 down the straight, it's pretty quick. And you go into turn one in Big Willow, you're hitting triple digit. You know, and if you do it right. You know, when you get the guys that I had some guys, man, that were slowing down, like really braking hard. And I had like two of them in front of me. I'm like going, holy, and I'm wanting to go in, and they're like, boom, all of a sudden their bikes are coming at me like really, because you know if they start braking, if they're in front of you, because they are. When I went into turn
You're
8,
on it.
they were probably, literally, like probably they were already in turn 8, and I'm just exiting turn 7.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm coming to turn 8, and I'm getting to turn 9, and now I'm coming in hot. By the time they got the straightaway, I'm like coming on these guys, man, and all of a sudden there were no brake because they were dedicated track bikes, so there's no brake light. And even if they did a brake, they were taped off anyways.
Up, yeah.
But it was just all of a sudden I seen their bikes, and I'm going, oh shit, and like you're coming up hot, you know, and I'm like, okay, well shit, let me dip in. Oh no, the fucking guy one guy cuts in tight, the other guy doesn't want to cut in tight. He goes wide, and now I have nowhere to go, and I'm like, I'm on the brakes hard at this point, starting to tip my bike in, and I'm like going, oh shit. And as soon as it went like this, before turn 2, it starts to straight. I found that hole. Roll. Let me get by you guys. Holy shit, you guys are gonna kill me.
That's crazy. I had that happen at Chuckwalla going down the front straight. I'm on it. I was been battling with this guy, and I mean it's track day, right? We're having fun, and he got down the straightaway before I did, coming out of was that 15, 16? We were going clockwise, but I'm on it, and he brakes early going into turn 1, and all of a sudden I see just his tail, and I'm like, and the bike's doing this. The ass ends up off the ground,
shit.
and it's flopping back and forth, and I'm just like, okay, let off. Boom, and I let off, and I just, as the oxen swapped to the left, I took the left side, and the guy came over.
So in other words, he should have been in C group, and he's in the wrong group, right?
And so I had to hit the curbing, pushed me all the way over to the curbing.
Oh, you hit the candy cane?
I hit the candy cane. I jumped over the candy cane,
Oh.
landed, and had to immediately flop it. And I'm just like looking back, and dude, he ended up running wide, and I'm just like, whoa, and but it.
Well,
Pucker.
Michael
and I came
Ali
in
that was on
well.
earlier, he got jacked up out
Oh,
there
yeah.
because of something like that.
Michael got hurt really bad.
Yeah,
He's still suffering consequences of breathing stuff.
yeah.
I don't know
Thank
if you're
God he's
still
alive,
tuned in,
but-
Mike, but
What happened?
he got taken out,
Out
I
of
think, by
truck.
another rider out at Chuckawalla, and he ended up getting helicoptered out of there. And
Oh, really?
It's because
Yeah.
a rider that shouldn't have been in the group should have been like C group, and he was up in A group, and
Oh yeah. See, that's
he was
that's
in the
my
wrong.
see that's my thing. Like I have my T800. I'm done with it. But I'm going into to level 1. I have to dial this bike in. I can't go out and start, pumping my fucking testosterone all over the goddamn place. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go on level 1, and I'm going to stay slow, dial it in, figure out what I need to do, and have fun with it. You know, but you get, there's guys, well, there's also guys that we had brought in.
Or girls, sorry, just have to say that,
or girls,
because
yes. But
sometimes
we
that
had
happens too.
we had some of my a couple of my buddies, or actually one of my buddies, or one of my son's buddies, came to the track day with us last season or a couple seasons ago, whatever it was. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Because my boys are low, they stay in level 2. So okay, you guys do level 2, and I'll stay in level 1 with your buddy, and that's why I can kind of guide him, kind of coach him. Because my boys ain't gonna do that. They're gonna
they're just gonna go out there and
and I'm not gonna have this guy go into level 2. All my boys that going, yeah, just come on with us. We'll have fucking fun. Really, dude? And that's like going, hey, that's like you handing your buddy like a fucking beer and it's full of vodka. Just down it real quick. Let's do a beer bong. You know what I mean?
Here's a 6-shooter. We'll spin it and see if it with her bullet.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Like roulette.
And
my buddy Ben at Fontana, there was a guy in the wrong group, and he got taken out. He came in on him abruptly and hit him so hard it actually knocked him off his bike, in his race bike, and it went down the track and then bounced off the wall. And the only thing it did is scratch the side of the bike. It hit the wall. It went down the track.
I mean, it kind of flopped over. Oh, nice.
But he was, Jack, his gear was done. His helmet was.
Yeah, he got more hurt than the bike. But anyways, this
guy just cut him and just slammed him. It was like,
ouch. Right. So now I'm in level 1. So now I'm in level 1, and there's this guy, and he was in, and I seen him riding in the level 3 group. Now, unless it's the very last session, you're not supposed to be. It's not an open. It's at the very last one. It's an open session. Everybody, if you're level 1, level 2, level 3, everybody go out. And just those of you guys are level 3, please.
Track X? Is that what it was?
And just be cautious of the newer riders or the learning riders. Mm-hmm. This is like the first session after lunch. And this guy comes on, dude, and he's just like pounding it. And I'm sitting there, I'm trying to keep, staying with him. And so I'm like, I'll lead him out, and then you do the tap thing, lead him out, do a lap. Okay, now let me get behind you and I'll wave him by. And then so I'm working with him. Now, Track Experience has instructors to do that, but they have a lot of people to deal with.
Right.
So, and it was just one of those track days where there was a lot of people in level 1. There was probably like 20 of them. And so I'm like, I'm going to work with
That's
you.
A big group.
It is. But, and this guy comes zipping around, dude, and freaks this fucking kid out, dude. So we're going on the corner, and he just like lays it in. And not only are you not supposed to ever pass on the inside on level 1 ever. Right. You can't pass on the inside. If you pass you can pass on the outside, but you have to have a 10-foot buffer. Okay? Mind you. And you can't pass in the middle of the curve. Okay? Oh no, this guy fucking middle of the curve, dude. This guy fucking zips around me and he freaks me out because he's got loud exhaust and it's and there's this kid in front of me. He comes in and he's like mid corner, like fuck, dude, is from me to you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's just like and the kid, I can see the kid and he ram, and the kid freaks out and he lifts his head up and because he's looking out now, he's looking at the rider and I'm like going, oh my God, don't fucking look at him. Fortunately, when he did look at him, he continued to look at him as the rider went like this. So he followed through, but he did go wide, but he kept looking at the guy. So, fortunately,
he's Marquez, yes,
right.
Like
he almost thrashed you,
dude. I we went. So now I know he was spooked, and so now I says, you know what? I tapped him up on the back of my tail, and I'm like, going, you know what?
Oh,
now
you
we
tapped his
just.
tail, eh?
Now there was only like maybe like another 5 minutes left, 10 minutes left.
Ooh, tap tail
Was
for
the guy-
5
Was
minutes?
So
he a
I
control
went.
rider
So we
that
went
did
around.
that?
No, he was not.
Oh,
No,
he
he
wasn't,
was
yeah.
not.
I thought that
Because
means
if he
kiss
was,
my ass
I would
when
have
you
went.
do
I
that.
would have went right to.
Tapping tail for
I
5
would have went.
minutes.
I went right to the owner of Track Experience and said, "Look, this guy fucked it." But no, it was like he's probably one of the buddies, but he's level 3.
If I had my gun, I would shoot him and blow his bike out of smithereens right off the tracks.
So this
You have
guy.
to
So
go
we
home.
go. The track session ends. You know what? I have them follow me around. We do like 2 more laps, and he's good, right? So we go in the paddock, and I'm like, hey, you're right. The guy kind of freaked you out. He goes, man. He's wow. That really scared me. Okay, I got this.
Yeah.
So that guy in the paddock, he was only like about 5 spots down.
Did you go talk to him?
I went and fucking talked to
yeah.
him. I walked
Oh,
over
yeah.
there and I says, hey, what's up, brother? He goes, hey, what's up, man? I said, you had a good session, didn't you? He goes, hell yeah, I did. I like getting out there and just finding when I get into a what is he called, traffic. It helps me negotiate traffic. When you're if you're racing,
When you're
so
beeping and bopping.
when he said that, at that point I know he's a racer because now they call it going in the traffic. So if you're already past the slower guys, it's called traffic, right? Or if you're taking off from the grid,
Yeah.
you got to get through the traffic. So I'm like, okay. I says, hey, you know that I have a kid over here that you freaked the fuck out, and this is his first time on the track. So what are you gonna say about that? Oh well, that did he crash? No, he didn't. No, he didn't crash. Oh, then he's okay, right? Yeah, he's okay. Thankfully, but let's go outside the track and let's you fucking roll around the parking lot. He's like, what? And I'm like, going, yeah, let's roll around the parking lot. He's fucking young. He's probably like 30 years old, maybe late 20s. I don't give a fuck. I'm 50 fucking years old. Yeah, I'll fuck you up, dude. I was so mad, dude. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, we're not about here to be threatening people, and we're all here to have fun. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're here to have fun. What you did is you freaked this kid out, dude. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, you should not be in level 1. So basically back to my whole thing.
Yeah.
Don't want to get on my little rant.
So he's
But-
in that group just to be in the traffic to try to,
Yeah, to try and
play his
sit
game.
there and find lines and get
which
past
is
slower
really
people.
dumb because traffic in his level group is going to be a whole different thing.
Well, you know what?
Right.
You know what
What a
happens
dumbass.
is, so a lot of times, the A and B group will get sold out, and these guys wait till last minute, and they'll just sign up for C group because there's
yeah,
some C
that
group.
makes a lot of sense.
And you get a sticker that says you're in C group, and you have to put it on the front of your bike, and they don't let you go out during other sessions. With if you're an A group guy and you go out to C group, they're not going to let you go out, and so that a lot of guys sandbag and sign up late and go out in these groups and with the hopes that they'll get moved up, but if you're sold out, you're sold out. You're only allowed to have so many riders on the track at one time,
Right.
Especially if you only got one ambulance, whereas I don't know how some of the other track days work, but like
Ambulance.
track days,
Only one
Ambulance.
ambulance out there.
ambulance, track days, they have two ambulances on site at all times. That way, if one ambulance has to take a rider away, they have
That's
one.
right.
as
When
a
you
backup.
crash, you can take a
That's
ride
right. You
quickly
take
to
two
these-
ambulance.
these-
Well, see, and
These
here's the
doctors.
thing. The only time you'll have instances like that is when a rider is overcoming another rider, which is why they say in level 1, there's never an inside pass. Never.
Yeah.
And there's always a buffer. And if you and here's my thing is that he never got a black flag.
Wow.
You're going to get a black flag if you don't have a 10-foot buffer. You know what I mean?
Is the black flag the warning?
No,
Or is that-
black
that's-
flag
that's
is
come
you,
off.
Black
you
flag-
need to get
Yeah,
off the
you're off
fucking
the
track
track.
like right now. And if
Get
you
your
don't,
ass.
you're
Your Zig's gonna come find you, give you a black eye instead of a black
Fuck
flag.
that.
They tell
dude.
you
Fucking
there's a
A.
black flag out, and you look at it and think, "Is that me? It can't be me." No,
It's
you.
Yes.
Yeah, get your ass off the
It's
track.
you.
If you even slightly question that it's you, get your fucking ass off the track and find out what's going
Well,
on.
a good flagman will pull the black and then point it at you.
Yes.
To
they'll
let you
point
know
at
you
Yeah,
did this.
Right.
Like I was
And a lot
doing
of
to
times
Jordy
it's
on the
stupid.
track.
A lot of
When I was
times it's
spotting,
stuff
I'd have to send them because Jordy wouldn't go in for feedback. So I got in the black flag. Dave Woods is like, tell him to come in. I want to talk
black
to him.
flag him. Yes.
I don't see why somebody would want to go to level 1 to pass people up because that slows you down. Because I mean, when I was there were a lot of people that were really slow, and that was my first track day, and I was taking it easy, not like saying like I'm going super fast. I was probably like middle of the pack or something like that. But every time you get bunched up, it's just like I had no passing etiquette. I'm like, when do I pass? What do? I would usually wait till a straightaway or something like
and then
that.
pass. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Christy's like, I've gotten plenty of black flags and I got the GoPro footage to prove it.
She does.
Christy, you sinner.
Yeah.
She also posted that she's like going, oh my god, what'd she say, like track day? She's like, you guys are killing me.
And I always tell Beth, I said, when we
Season
get-
is
when-
April 27th.
It's
when
man. And
It's
she's got
coming
her
up.
new suit.
She
She's
does
dying to ride
that
her new
suit. Fucking looks awesome,
beautiful,
dude.
huh? Yeah.
That is a nice
Yeah.
suit.
Yeah, Mythos. You guys killed it, man. That Mythos suit is fucking.
Yeah, I
badass.
told Beth, I said, when we get her a bike again, I said, I want you to go on the track and learn how to ride because she kind of got burnt out of riding because the street is so freaking crazy. She didn't like all that.
Because you live in LA
Chaos.
County.
It's nuts, dude, out there.
I don't. I
Yeah.
just that.
Especially in my area, there's some bad drivers. You know,
See, that's why I like living out
bad
in
drivers
the
out there.
IE is because
a little more
I
open.
deal with traffic, but it only takes a little while before I'm out of the scene. I got the mountains, you know,
Yeah.
and, blah,
I
blah,
need
and
that,
I know
dude. It's
when
like-
to, and I know when to go and when not to go.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
like this weekend coming up, it's gonna be 80. There'll be every noob there is gonna be on the hill.
We
They're gonna
need
be
to.
crashing everything. The roads are still dirty. The weather's gonna be good, but
and the
people are
snow's gonna be
all
melting.
rocks.
And the snow's gonna be melting.
I
gonna
remember
be
the
ugly.
first time I went on the mountains, like all these cars were trying to challenge me, and it scared me.
Yeah, it's
this
nuts.
freaking Mustang was riding my ass around a corner. and
Cars, dude,
I was
were-
literally like right on the edge of the yellow line on the edge of the road, trying to like gun it to like get out of his way.
For me,
I was like,
I'm
okay,
out-
I can't corner that fast yet.
I'm like GMR, Zeus, ACH is my area, and it's like
It's packed on
It's
the
gonna
weekend.
be
Saturdays.
nuts.
Saturdays are
Yeah.
not so bad.
right
But
now. There's like
Sundays are-
cinder in the middle of the road, so guys, someone running wide, they're
yeah.
gonna go down immediately. So
oh yeah.
You know, a
There's-
great practice road is Upper Big Tonga Canyon Road, which is basically called 9 Mile.
yeah, it's,
You know, it's called 9 Mile is a great road because one, there's no decreasing radius, and there's no off camber.
and that got
And,
paved.
I mean,
like,
there's
two or
blind
three-
curves,
2 or
but
3 years
there's
ago
still
that got
sweepers.
repaved, so it's actually smooth.
If
Yeah.
you were
It's a
fast,
great road, but
if you were a fast guy and didn't care about the rules of the road, you could easily carry 100+ mile an hour pace
yeah.
through.
yeah, you could. But I mean, it's still a public highway.
But I'm not fast, and I care about rules.
Yeah, and radar works pretty good, or LiDAR, LiDAR, CHP, right? They get
This
you some
fucking
LiDAR.
guy is
Yay, rules.
guilty of sin, but
Not I.
What's the road out of Wrightwood? There's that. I can't think of the name of the road right now. Come out of Wrightwood, turn right, and it brings you down
at
to
the
the back way.
at the fork.
Yeah, at the fork.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, that one it'll take you down toward on the Palmdale side.
Yeah, but that is
Yeah.
freaking
That's
awesome.
That's
awesome
AFH.
road.
So
Yes,
yeah,
Angeles
that's
Forest.
Angeles Forest Highway.
No, it's not.
No,
not
no,
out of Wrightwood. No, you're
Out of-
thinking Angeles Forest Highway is basically
Yeah, no, that's
branches
out by
off.
me. I'm talking about right here.
From the ranger station
Yeah,
off ACH.
no. What you're talking about is if you took off the 210 in La Cañada, okay, and you're going up Andrews Crest Highway,
Uh-huh.
then there's Andrews Forest Highway.
Right,
Then
at the ranger
Andrews Crest
station.
goes like this.
Yes.
Well, 9 Mile is what
It's
connects
just a little bit further.
AFH to ACH. Okay, but you know the one he's talking about is once you get into Wrightwood, And then there's the
there's that
it's a
one road that goes
tri-wide.
off to the right.
it's a tri-way. You can go uphill, you can go down towards the Palmdale side, or you can take
Big
Andrews
Pines
Crest.
Highway.
Big
Yes,
Pines, yes.
that's it.
That's a rad road.
Yeah, that
it's
is.
tight,
In a car.
but you have to be. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of residential there. People coming out of their homes.
Yeah,
and stuff
there's
like
a lot of
that.
Yeah, but
residential.
once you get down where it starts turning until you get to the bottom, there's that one area
Right.
that is, it's just nicely banked and
Christy and I ran that in her Altima.
Oh, did you?
Look at
funny.
folding the tires over. Here and wrinkle.
Do it
oh my
again.
god.
They were wrinkle walls at that point. Right, babe? That was funny.
You need tires now.
Yeah.
That was funny. It's like my buddy was going through the CHB Academy, and I was out there their track, and you can definitely learn or watch and see the officers, the youngins out there. The front end's pushing because they didn't set the car up coming into the corner correct, and the front wheels will turn. They're going straight.
So it's still going
And they're
straight.
pushing, because they didn't set the car up right. Oh my god,
Hey, so okay.
they're doing like a $120 out of the
track
corners
day.
and the car
Something
sliding.
that we need to consider, and your buddy Mike will enjoy this or appreciate it. But Fontana is definitely something we need to think about. And they run it once a month, and they run ABC format. Dude, it's.
I'm cool with that
you can
one.
ride your bike there technically, and they give you a transponder. It's more expensive. It's $280 per day per person. But,
which offsets having to go to another track.
right, you're local.
yeah,
You're right there. You
drive
don't
for
spend
2
all the
hours
money.
to get somewhere.
And they give you a transponder. They track your times. If you're too fast, they'll move you up a group, or if you're too slow, they'll move you down. But you also have the amenities of having all the race car garages. Those come with that price, and you got power, you got air, you got everything that you need. You know, all you do
You
is show
can
up with your
camp out
bike and your
there.
gear.
My buddy Ben just camps right there. He just sets everything up and boom.
Yeah,
He's right there.
Christy's friend Danny, she sleeps in the garages at night.
Yeah, my friend Ben does too.
Yeah.
In fact, he was right next to.
Bono's Ben?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So he was right next to the guy.
Ben got wadded up pretty bad, and then Chrissy's friend Danny, she got wadded up really bad. She
broke her wrist or something, right?
Well,
Arm.
she shattered.
Oh, right, that's right.
all
Yeah.
this. She was coming down the front straightaway and shaving off about $160, and this other rider.
It was similar to what
was
happened to
passing, weaving in and out of people. That's a no passing zone. When you go into that chicane coming off the front straight, no passing at all. She turns in, he turns down, and he runs straight into her. Well, his brake lever and his brake lever guard pierced into her, through her suit and in through her skin, shattered these bones up here, and ripped her off of her bike. And he kept going. He didn't crash.
That's crazy.
She went down. Her gloves came off. Her boots came off. So not only is she broken and fractured her wrist that she just broke the year before, but her feet and her hands and everything are all scraped up. You know, I mean, you're shaving off $160 going into that chicane. You know, and so she got fucked up pretty bad. You know, and now that Weir race weekend, that was her first weekend back racing on a bike, and so we were down there supporting her, and then my friend Brian Montgomery, he owns Bulletproof Cycles. He got his race license, his Wira race license that weekend, and
Nice.
and then they're supporting Danny as well. Matsushima Performance. Give
Nice.
Grant that plug, and but
Yeah, I got a free certificate to go. I just have to go use it for fast track riders.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
'Cause I won it
We
in
all
a-
need to do that. Really, fast track riders, they put on a good.
I won it in a prize, and Gigi wants me to take my RT out there.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
like, I want you to take your RT out there so people can see how that bike rides
how
on
it, how it
No,
rides.
you,
on the track.
you know what we need to take? We need to take a Fast Eddie's course, the Motojitsu.
Yeah.
Oh, Moto Jitsu,
Yeah,
yeah.
you need to get him in here. as a
Oh,
guest.
I've already talked to him.
Oh, did you? Cool.
Yes, I did. And get him inside here for one interview, but I want to take his course.
He's
got some pretty
cool
cool
setup
videos.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I wonder. He's got like 50,000 now followers.
Oh, more than that. I think.
No,
Something more than
100,000.
that. Yeah, 100,000.
Yeah, I think he just peaked 100,000. But that's. I was telling him, I was texting him saying, I wonder how many crashes he's prevented from people watching the videos. Just the ones that just refuse to take any training. At least they can go there and see, because it's show and tell kind of thing, and hopefully that transfers over to some of these guys that instead of crashing, instead of crashing, maybe they'll not.
Well, my thinking
hopefully.
is if you take his course, when you got advanced courses, people dump their bikes. We have people in the basic course, dumping their bike, dumping our bikes
All the time.
But when you go in the advanced courses, people dump their bikes.
Yeah.
I took the Arc One, and a couple of people dumped their bike.
Yeah,
it's kind of a humbling experience. But to take his is more of like a, the aggressive knee dragging. From what I perceive of it, I'm not saying that I haven't taken it, so I want to take it, but I think we should all take it at the same time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm down.
Yeah, I was looking at JJ. He's like,
I'm like, who, me? Advanced?
American bike too.
knee dragging? I don't know about that. I do have to take my bike to work.
What about
I'll tell you
what
what.
about your boys doing it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, by all means.
On track day, I was so proud of myself
Arc
for being
one,
able
I
to slide
almost-
my ass an inch on the
almost
seat.
What about Dakota?
I think
Dakota down.
I think what would be awesome is we just do it just like us. We can touch base with Fast Eddie and say, hey, just to us. The Biker Alley crew.
Yeah.
And maybe we get like some of the instructors that I'm taking, like Vince, and then my boys.
Would Christy do it?
Christy would do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Christy.
She's
And like a little private little thing with us.
She's afraid of dropping her bike, and I said, "Honey, it's inevitable." And I said, "If you drop it, you drop it. I mean, it's not going to be the first time."
This is my take on watching,
I got sliders now.
especially seeing
sliders,
like the whatever how you call it the motor officers rodeos.
Right.
Those guys drop the shit out of their bike.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
happens.
but with that said, however, it almost like you give up on it. Every time I see a bike, especially advanced level, the guys that drop their bikes are like either momentary lapse from their mind, or they just kind of like, instead of saving it or getting into the clutch, they just go, fuck it, and drop it.
Well, see, you also have to
It's
remember.
like, if you stayed with it, you probably wouldn't have crashed or dropped a bike.
Well, if you're talking about like guys that actually do the advanced, like this, the motor officers and like that, well, they practice all the time. But the thing is, everyone is susceptible to mistakes, and that's
Sure.
that's the first thing I say in classroom, not on the range, on the classroom. Everybody makes mistakes. You're going to make a mistake, and one of the other things I tell my students is, hey, how do you know if you've done something right?
Depends.
You've done it wrong. You can't learn. You can't know if you've done something right. You can't learn and know if you've done something right until you've done it wrong. You have to do it wrong.
Correct.
That's how human nature is. We have right and we have wrong. There's no in between right and wrong. There's right, there's wrong. And that's how it works. There's no in between. And you have to make mistakes. You have to do something wrong in order to know how to do it right. So when we show you a technique, how to do it right, and you see like exercise 11 for a perfect example. You're telling to slow before the turn, and now all of a sudden you're telling do not brake and do not decelerate prior to the turn.
Yeah. Huh? What?
Yeah, so now you're
And
you're almost deprogramming them all of a sudden they like going, wait a second.
Yeah.
And
That's a tough one.
I
They're
always
like, I'm running wide. No.
I see the face all the time, dude. Because as soon as you say that sentence, now
Yeah.
you have the faces.
Yeah.
Huh? But the thing is, RTFC. What does that mean?
Read the fucking cards.
Don't ad lib. Don't explain why. But until you say, "Do you have any questions?"
Right.
Now It is open for questions. I watch instructors go, now, do not brake or do not accelerate prior to the turn. And then, now, then they start going in this whole thing. No, shut the fuck up. Finish reading, the description, and then go, you have any questions? And at that point, now they go, well, wait a second. And I had a student this past weekend, which was great. Thank God. Because I had a couple struggling students, but they were still they did better as the exercise went on, which is great. Guy says, well, wait a second. Zig, you just he said, call me coach. He says, hey, coach, you've been showing us or teaching us to brake and adjust our speed before the corner. Now you're telling me not to. Why would you do that? And I'm like going, thank God.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked that question. Okay? So now, I'm going to ask you two guys, what do you think my response was?
What exercise are we talking about?
11.
Exercise 11.
Push, initiate.
Your first step. Pushing to initiate lean. Why would you not want them to brake or decelerate before the turn at this point?
Because you want them to be at speed so that the counter steer can actually work.
Okay, very good. What do you say? Okay,
Yes,
very
'cause
good.
I was going to say that, and then because you're going to lean and be in a turning angle using up traction.
Okay, which is, yes.
And-
which is my thing is yes, because pushing to initiate lean is speed dependent.
Right.
If you slow down and then now you're going to direct steer.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you can direct steer on a motorcycle, which when you talk about that, when is that talked about?
In slow speed maneuvers.
Slow speed.
Nope.
maneuvering.
In classroom.
Oh, in classroom. Okay.
Well,
In classroom.
if we're
Remember,
talking about that.
classroom sets you up
Sets
for
you up,
success in your range one.
Yeah, and your classroom instructor can sabotage or help.
Right.
Depending on how they do the classroom.
Sabotage.
Because you talk about pushing to initiate lean, right?
out on the range,
Am I
right?
correct? You also talk about direct steering when you talk
Right.
about
Yeah.
slow tight turns, and then when it's on the slide where it has the pushing to initiate lean has the rider looking, which is Lee. I don't think that's Lee. I don't think that's Lee on that bike. I have to ask him next time.
No.
I don't think that's him. I think it's somebody else. But
It doesn't
then you have the female, which is like this. Which is direct steering.
Yeah. But the big key to 11 is, yes, maintain the speed,
Maintain
no
speed.
brakes, but aiming is so critical in that one because they're not, especially for us on our modified ranges, we
It's
have
tight
less
already.
space to run out.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
tight
making that
already.
U-turn
It's more
to
narrow.
get back in line, they start heading off to the trees and the poles, and then of course that's where there's trees, and then the bike starts going that direction.
whoops.
Then next thing you know, they're going for the brake. And,
Well, but they also learn,
Or some
because
other ways of
on your
building.
debrief is you talk about your throttle.
Yeah, stabilizes the bike is the
yeah.
reason why you
So
don't
you
wanna
talk about
be off and on the throttle.
decelerating and steady throttle, because what happens is their mindset goes from, okay, I'm used to braking or slowing, adjusting my speed, because you only talk about braking, you only say brake, look.
Yeah. Same thing,
And
19.
then after that, before that, then you slow, and then
on the-
So go from 11 to 19. It's all same applies.
right. So now
So-
you're saying slow before in range 2.
Right.
But at this point now,
Yeah.
because they're used to doing that, now they can realize now what they do in the middle of the curve. What do? They start chopping the throttle, and which is part of your debrief. So you want them to realize things,
Right.
and I always tell students,
maintain
look,
the throttle.
we want you to make mistakes. You can't come out here and be perfect. There's nobody that's perfect on there.
Yeah,
I've had
and-
riders that have been riding for 20 years. They're the worst ones.
There's a lot of
half the time,
exercises that
they
works
develop
out
bad
great
habits.
because when you have split exercise, half the group in, and you go with the second half change direction. So now you're talking to the group that's in, rather than look roll, slow roll or slow look. Now you're able to remember when it changes directions. Now you go talk to your students, and now you get to watch and you get to tell them, look at because they didn't use spat. Watch what happens. Roll into the corner, didn't slow. I always tell them, look at. Yes, there's a speed adjustment by rolling off the throttle, But I'm a real big stickler on them using the brakes.
So am I.
Using the brakes. Why? Because we can all just ride around in circles all day, but we're not teaching anything as far as muscle memory and getting it burnt into their head to use the brakes before. I always emphasize spat should be, and it should be in the cards, but it isn't. It just, slow to a suitable entry speed should be use brakes before curve. And then when they get experience, and I tell them, when you gain experience, then you can adjust speed by throttle. There's times for that. But I said, if you're going down a 40% grade at 80 miles an hour, just rolling off the throttle is not going to be enough. And if you didn't program your brain to tell you, oh, I need to go to the brakes to slow down, there we go, right into the excessive speed into the corner.
Which goes the uphill, downhill. There's the pros and the cons. And then, when you start talking about the spat, the first thing I say is, look, you're always better off going in a corner too slow than too fast. If you go in a corner too slow, what can you do?
Accelerate.
If you go in a corner too hot, what happens?
You gotta
because see, the thing is, you've already talked about fear. You've talked about fear before you went to spat. Right.
Yeah.
And so fear kicks in. And and now if you think you're going too fast, what does your brain tell you? What does fear tell you to do?
Accelerate.
the brakes.
Accelerate.
And then I always point out too, when they run, not using spat usually programs either two things: they didn't slow down enough, or they enter position correct, and then they go wide of the turn. And I said, okay, see where those cones are? See, they just blew through the cones, ran over the cones, went out that lines, went beyond the lines. I said and I love the students because they get that look in their face. And I said, now that's how easy it is to crash a motorcycle, just that easy. I said, if where that line was the side of the road and a cliff, you went right off the side of the road and a cliff. Yep. I said, just like that. Yep. And the look on their face was like, I said, a motorcycle.
Way to scare 'em.
Yeah.
we do the Scare Straight program because and the emphasis is on why it's so important to use the spat process. Because if you don't utilize the spat process here, it's going to get you over there. Yeah. I said it's going to cost you because you didn't use the spat here and set yourself up. Okay.
And so going back to exercise 11, and I think one of the reasons we don't have them roll off because we're not actually giving them a guided turn. It's not set up. There's no guided turn. They're just practicing. We're not telling them that you're going to go through the marked path. You're just going to go through the
just make a U-turn.
exit cones, and you're just going to make a
large U-turn.
So we're not giving them.
I love that one because
path.
I've seen.
That's why they're not slowing down because it's basically like taking just a big sweeping turn on a big mountain road or something like that.
I always laugh in my head because when we say make a large U-turn, it's like in our range, a large U-turn could be either in the playground or a building.
Or the building.
So, because so an example, stopping quickly. So when you tell a student, okay, that was good, but go ahead and speed up next time. What are you telling them to do?
Go faster.
Yeah. So what do you think that translates into a student?
Right.
I'm going to go this much faster. So instead of 15, now they're doing 25 or 30, but they're not ready for 25 or they're not even ready for 15, and you just told them to speed up.
Well,
okay. So I always give them targets.
Why do you do that?
That was great, but speed up 2 miles an hour. Speed up 3 miles an hour. Give them a target number so that they think, okay, just a little bit faster than I was going. And I'll keep bringing them up as I see them correctly stopping. So my son just took the MTC. He freaking IR'd on 11. I mean on the quick stop. Because the instructor, and these are senior instructors, right? I wasn't there. I had two senior instructors teach him, right? He crashed, right? He was kind of like, then I got feedback from the instructor, and he's like, oh, yeah, he freaking grabbed the front brake and crashed. And I asked James, I said, really, dude? I said, you rode on the bike with me, and I showed you all these things. And then I'm thinking, yeah, I probably shouldn't have showed you it that way because I was showing him the quick stop. But he went, grabbed the front brake. So I said, what were you thinking? Well, the instructor told me to speed up. I said, so, and then I'm thinking in my head, yeah, so
now, was this during the eval?
So he really sped up.
No.
You're talking about during the exercise.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not supposed to tell them to speed up. It says in the cards when when given the sign.
When given the signal.
You may speed up to 20 miles per
yeah.
hour and continue to practice.
Very good. You don't tell them to speed up. You watch their speed and you do this. If they all of a sudden they start getting a lot of throttle, you're like, whoa, and you do this, and you can and
Did you see someone do that? They're like, you can hear them coming
Right.
down, like, oh, this is going to be exciting.
well, then also
And you're like, well, okay, that was a little too fast because you're not ready for that.
And I'm pretty sure that your son was probably, just to try and put myself in your son's situation. Okay, if I'm an instructor and your son, because I was with my younger son because I was just booked that weekend, and he ended up being on my course. I didn't want to do it because I wanted to actually more observe, and I wanted like someone else. But like Dylan, I wasn't in his course, but I was there to observe. But anyways, the key thing when somebody is starting to grab or start to brake a little too much too soon. Well, the thing is, it's right off the bat when you see that, go, okay, well, less in the beginning, more towards the end.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say. You haven't said nothing about speed. You haven't said nothing about fast.
So basically,
and then get them to
basically my
build
kid
up.
came down twice as fast as he did, and
just grabbed a handful.
And grab
the mid
too much
full
too
and
soon.
went down.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a slope on the range, and that's all it takes. Like gravity working.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
against
little
you.
downhill.
And he went down. I'm like,
But you know what? It's great that he was humbled on the range.
yeah.
Now he
So
knows. He learned.
So his quick stop in the eval was really bad. He went like 6 feet over because he was scared of crashing. Because he's
No.
like, I can't crash the bike or I'll be done. So he's like, I knew I went long, but I didn't want to crash. So
But that was the only time he got scored, right?
yeah,
Yeah. See, Dylan.
yeah, it was actually.
Yeah,
so.
Dylan, my older son. That was the only time he aced everything, but he scored like 8 feet past because he was doing the same thing. He was doing too much too soon.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to step in and tell the instructors how to do their job. You know what I mean? But he was doing a little too much too soon, and I was just kind of watching it. I'm just observing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to tell you how to do the job because I'm not working today.
Right.
You got my son.
Right.
But that was the only thing he scored on.
I'm
But he got
observing.
8 feet past. But he aced everything else. So it's,
the quick
it's all
stop.
about the delivery.
The quick stop is probably one of my favorites. One of them, because that transition going from just a slow down to actually stopping the motorcycle, getting the suspension to actually dive
Compress.
in, and get that traction in the front and keep squeezing the front. Most of them have no idea. They're like, squeeze and hold it. I'm like, you have that much more. I go, okay, squeeze the brake. Put your hand on the brake. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Oh, I have that much left?
Right. Well, see, the thing is
yeah.
that you talk about that in classroom too. Okay.
Yeah, but they
so-
can't. Well, what kind of learner you're dealing with. Like,
Well, I'm going to give you
physically.
I'm going to
feel
give you
it.
an illustration, and this is really what helps me out. You know what I mean? You guys can take it and leave it, right? So I tell the students, okay, we talked about it yesterday. When
out.
when you're riding, your tire is shaped like this. Okay,
Yeah.
you're riding. So now when if you have to get on the brakes a little
good one.
little
I
too
use
much
that
too
one, too.
soon, okay. So now you don't have the patch is probably only between my two knuckles and covering my fingernails.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
There's
true
not much.
statement.
What do you have a lot less of right now? And then you'll get someone say, "Oh, the traction." Okay, yeah, very good. So now, if you start to brake a little bit less at the beginning, and you start to progressively more towards the end, what happens is the tire starts doing this. Okay, so now about halfway through your stop, what do you have more of? Traction. Okay, very good. Now you keep squeezing, and your tire does this. And I tell them, I said, literally, if I were to record your front tire when you do a really great maximum braking stop, that tire, which is about this wide, is now about this wide. Or tall.
Yeah.
Tall.
Yeah,
It
it's
flattens
about
out.
it flattens out,
Yeah.
and now you have more traction. So less in the beginning, more towards the end, you have more traction, and you'll stop and try to because they think that because they're cars, So you stomp on it. You think, but you have 4 contact patches, okay? But you're not supposed to do it on the car either. Right. It works the same way in a car. But they don't realize that because they're not taught that when they take the driver's course.
Ever.
They don't teach them shit.
No,
you know what I
never.
mean? So and when they see that, it's like, I'm telling you, classroom.
I was going 98.
Classroom.
She slammed on the brakes.
Classroom sets you so much up for success, but also gauging your students in the range 1 is really going to set you up for your more evasive and maneuvers in R2, and also your cornering skills and the more advanced skills that they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So don't put them. Don't go like, okay, well, because I've done classes where it's like, okay, I'm there for range 2, and then you get like something you're like going.
Or you can do this too. Would be like,
We can do, huh? What the fuck
2
we
till
want?
10.
What? Are you gonna turn into
2
a
to
pumpkin?
10. No, huh?
what?
No.
Okay.
Huh? 2 minutes?
My phone's dead. I can't.
Oh yeah,
text my
10
wife.
o'clock's good. I gotta go sleep. So I'm tired. And I gotta
Chrissy, you can
freaking 80
you can
mile
be on your
drive.
way to come get me, baby.
I got an 80-mile drive that way.
Youch.
80 miles.
Nah,
Holy
it's,
crap!
No, it's not. Temple City, it's like fucking like 50 miles, dude.
Yeah, almost 60,
Not even
I
that.
think. About
Temple
60.
City is not. It's 60 miles.
Yeah, it's 60.
It is
feels
not.
like it feels like 90.
It's 95 miles from my house to Larry Misman's site in Camarillo.
yeah, I was gonna say
Camarillo.
Simi,
Oh, wow.
Miraloma to
past
Simi
Simi.
Valley is 91. No, I know that, but it's like 90 miles out there.
That's a ways. You live way the fuck out there, dude.
I do.
What the hell?
Temple City.
And
It's
people
just
say that
it's just
about
past
me.
the 605.
It is a little bit, yeah, pretty much.
That's not too
Yeah,
bad.
you're not too.
You ain't no fucking 60 miles. This fucking guy, he's
He's more like.
yeah. Well,
He's
okay,
like
yeah, that's
20
right. But wait a
20-something
second. Mike still has to drive, or ride through like the Alps. And then 10-foot snow,
Right,
and then
right.
there's also a minefield.
Okay,
and
it's 21. It's 21 miles from.
This fucking guy. He's like a dude, come on,
80
man.
miles.
I think it was.
80
Let me
miles.
see my work. Okay, hold on. Let me. I bet it's 60 to my work. Watch.
60 miles,
I bet
21.
it's 38.
Hey, dude, the fish was this big.
And it snapped my line.
Right?
Oh, it's only.
Goddamn
I'll
goldfish.
do another one.
It's
with
only
you.
33 to work from here. Jeez.
Are you
feels
good?
like 190. Must be with the traffic. It makes it feel bad, dude.
That's what it is. And you got the big ass freight train fucking motorcycle, dude.
Well, I'm like, that's my car. I'm so happy. I think I'm actually gonna get up early and wash it in the morning. Finally, I can wash it because the freaking's been raining for like 2 months.
Well, don't plan.
so-
Don't. It's gonna rain again.
No, dude. Check this out. Let's see.
Actually, the weather looks pretty
We
good.
are
I did look at the
good.
forecast.
All the way to next Wednesday, it's clear.
That's good.
On
I
Sunday,
teach,
it's 80 degrees.
Sunday,
Monday
with
82.
Vince. I think.
Oh, you're at SoCal?
I'm Sunday, Monday at SoCal.
Alright, very
with Vince.
good.
Yeah, it's 80 degrees on Sunday.
Nice. Nice.
There
You hear
you
that,
go.
Vince?
Patron.
We're gonna have a good time.
Patron is gone.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice and toasty.
Patron. Tata.
Cheers, guys.
Tata, come get me.
One of these days, if I don't work, I'll Uber out here so I can have a drink with you guys. I'll bring my bottle of Tito's. We'll have
Why don't you
fun.
just have Beth come out?
Dude, she's in bed like 2 hours ago. She gets up at 4:30 in the morning to go work out. She's a freaking
Oh my God, she can take a fucking break, going an hour late for her
She can come
workout.
hang out.
dude. She'll send.
She's hot. She doesn't. If she misses one day, it's not going to take her body, and then look, all going to go boom. You know what I
I'm gonna
mean?
let her know. She's gonna have to come out here and pick my ass up.
No, just she needs to come out with you.
Oh my God, Chris, it's raining right now. Great, thanks, Chris. Now I got to ride home in the rain.
Yeah.
Eesh.
It was sprinkling when I got here.
Well, they're doing the IT tomorrow in the rain. In the rain. I took
did I
my
see-
IT in the rain, but I did the 3.
Holy shit,
I
it's
did
like
the
totally
3
raining
day,
right now.
dude. It
Did
was
I see
Look at this blob
January
of green
2015.
Damn, it's bad.
2015?
January 2015 is when Total Control.
Oh, that's
first
when
took
Total
over.
Control
Yeah.
first took over, and you had to read.
What they're doing in 2 weeks,
You guys
3
did it in
days.
3 days, yeah. Yeah.
in the rain with Bianco and Kosios. Yeah.
And my friend Mike
was a
Polero,
fun
when he
day.
did the one up at Larry's place,
It was 100
2 years ago,
and-
a year and a half ago. It was like ridiculous rain. the
Oh,
whole time.
Camarillo, you were in that one where they were like torrential.
That was my buddy
downpour.
Mike was in that icy group.
Oh, okay.
When
Larry at the
every
airport.
every single student failed and they had to rerun.
What?
Every student failed the SE and they had to rerun it. They called Lee and Lee's like, rerun it. They didn't get done till like 9:00 at night.
Holy shit.
Damn.
No,
story.
Larry told me. He says, dude, it was
a
pouring
fluke.
buckets.
It was the flukiest. Like all of them were beside. Like they never seen anything like it. Every student failed the skilly valve.
You know, Vince and I did our
Wow,
instructor
that's-
course together.
I mean,
Vince
At-
Grieva?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
if you've
Yeah.
done it long, if you do it long enough, you'll see some crazy things.
And it was 105. I want to say that stretch of period, and that was when Allison and Dave were at the fairgrounds. And,
Oh yeah, but when Justin and I went through it, it was in June,
yeah,
and it was like 100,000 degrees.
yeah. It was crazy.
It was like,
yeah.
oh my god, it was. You could just feel the heat burning through the soles of your.
I was in
And
my
it's
leathers,
grueling,
and
yeah,
I was
because
just like, oh
you're in
my
leathers.
God, I
That's
was in my
fucking
leathers.
guys.
it was
Yeah.
brutal.
I'm a racer.
I am Killer Chris. I am showing up in cha-cha leathers.
You want to?
come and I conquer. Da!
I come to pump you up.
Yeah, he wants to look like a racer, a professional racer. He had the leather, the full
my
leather
God.
clothes.
You know what's
and-
funny is,
Fucking guy.
so I had Axe,
Great instructor. Great
DeVoe,
instructor.
Charles Norway.
Charles was good.
Charles was great. I love Charles, man. And
Very laid back guy.
I miss Charles. Him and I actually have stayed in contact since then. But it was that whole 7-day, instructor training was pretty awesome. And Nick, I just kept trying to break Nick and get through him, but he was just so,
He is.
and
Yeah.
and
But when you go off the scenes, he's
oh,
actually
man, Nick's-
very laid
Nick's
back.
a cool guy. And
yeah, at ease.
and I forget
The military,
Right.
you got the Marine
I forget,
seriousness going on.
when it was the last day and we were in class and I'm a character, I'm always cracking off with stupid fucking shit, and it came to the Homer Simpson thing, back when we used
Oh God, I hated that.
I know, me too.
Hated that one.
I'm glad they got rid of
And-
that one.
And Axe asked some question and I'm all beer. And Nick just busted out laughing and I'm all, I got you, I broke you. Because I could not make that motherfucker laugh. And then all of a sudden it was something to that effect in the Homer Simpson thing. And he started cracking up laughing. I'm like, yes, I broke you.
Well, the same thing when we went when me, Larry Misman, and then Seth for Ride. He does the Van Nuys. Us three, we're like the three amigos of Ride, and we went to the total control training in down in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So, there was 2 classes before us, the 2 weekends, prior, and so Matt Pistol was giving us like the play-by-play thing. Okay. Well, and he goes, yeah, Dave Bianco, he's a hard shell, so because we're all like, going, okay, well, shit, we because there was no training. The people were still
You guys were
holding
MSF.
Yeah, it was
Previous
MSF,
to
but
that.
then MSF was gone in
And then
November.
Bam, shut the door and
So like, okay, well, we need, so now that the Total Control's like, okay, we need to do this, and not even Bianco had like, the stuff to like really work with,
right.
and so Matt's like, going, yeah, well, it's watch this, watch that, and Dave Bianco, he's kind of like hard shell, and so I call up, I do the 3-way call with Mike
Katie.
or Seth and Larry, and I'm like going, okay, So Dave's going to be our first guy. I already knew who he was.
Right.
I've never really like met him. You know, I've met him, but I've never like had a conversation outside of like a couple blah 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 at the PDW with the MSF. And so I'm like, okay, that's our target guy. So we made Dave, and he showed up, and he was sick.
Oh.
So me, Seth, and Larry are already there.
Man.
We're there. We're there. We are at
Sick like Jordy sick or
sick like
sick
Jordy
sick?
we are at Pendleton at like 5:30 in the morning. So we're already sitting there. We're sitting there, right? And then then Bianco comes pulling up, and and then he's unlocks the door. Then he does it, and he comes out, and he's coughing. He's right. You could see in his face. He's not happy. Hey, how you doing? He goes, you're Dave, right? Yeah. Dave's really dry. Yeah. And what's up? I'm Zig, and Larry and Seth, and so hey, what's up? And so we go in. We just follow him, and we just we're making coffee. So we're like, hey, the coffee's right there because we make the coffee. So we're already starting, on his good.
Getting going. Mm-hmm.
We, so now we're during the whole thing. We just kept, just like doing this to
Poking
Dave, poking him. You know what I mean? And it worked. And by the time we got to the end of the third day, it's just like we're just like buddies. And now it's like every time I see Dave, and Christine, it's just like they're like family.
That's awesome.
And I think he appreciated that. I think a lot of people get intimidated because he's very dry.
Right.
People get that with me too. The people like when I'm teaching, I'll see them like if I'm with Adrian, and like say we're doing the quick stop, maximum braking. My line has like 3 people in it. Like the guys, the rider guys. Oh, the new riders keep on going to Adrian's side. So now I've got 3 and she's got 9.
She's got 9.
I'm like, what the hell? And when they leave her, they look over at me and they go back to her. So I got these guys and I go, hey, you know what I do at that point? I say, Adrian, hang on a second, time out. I'm gonna send, in some riders over. So I'll go like, okay, last 4 riders come to my side. And and they have the helmets on, and you can always be like, oh man,
And little do they know, I mean, you're not a hard ass.
Because they just Well, I mean, I have a function to do. I'm not being a dick,
Right.
but I'm okay.
we have a job
do
to
this.
do.
Yeah,
We
and
have a
I'm
job to
fun,
do.
but I look intimidating.
Yeah.
Dave Bianco looks intimidating. You know what I mean? He does. But
Yeah.
it doesn't faze me. The guy's the biggest fucking sweetheart on the planet. Guy's a great guy. He's actually teaching. I'm gonna go over there tomorrow to at SoCal to do a couple tweaks on a bike. So it'll be great to see him. I'm gonna. I tell him, dude, I need to treat you to some true sushi.
I actually thought about.
Oh, what was the cleaning lady in there? Did she catch you?
Or are you laughing about thank you for your cooperation?
Oh, the cleaning lady must have walked in when he was taking a piss.
Hey, sorry, I pee in your trash can.
Fuck is that? Who urinates in the fucking trash cans in the bathroom?
Oh, you seen the
Please do not
Hey,
urinate in the
Zig,
trash can.
It was
Thank you for your
Tato.
cooperation.
Cool.
Was it Tato?
I don't know.
Oh my god, that is fucking hilarious.
From watching the show, he's a funny guy, and
Please take the trash from
I
your
saw that in
office
there, I
to
was
the
like,
trash bins outside.
okay,
4
it was
miles
Tato.
away.
Thank you for
even
your
know him.
cooperation.
God. Well, then there's another one on the where you with the trash can. It says don't dispose of your office, waste.
Yeah, I know it's that long. It's like
Well, there's one in the
is it?
mirror.
please do not put
There's one in the
office
mirror.
trash in
There's one in the mirror that says don't piss in the trash can. Then
Yeah.
there's one right above the trash can that says don't put your office,
Trash
don't waste
in the
trash
trash
in the
can in
trash
the
can.
bathroom.
Take it out to the dumpster.
Wow.
Please do not.
So can we
take-
piss out in the dumpster
yeah.
too then?
Please do not take office trash into bathroom trash cans. Take office trash out to trash can outside.
But we're not the only people here. This is an office building. There's
Right.
Yeah, it's like doctors and stuff.
yeah, there's like 30 units in here.
Well,
so
Who
obviously
is
someone's
typing this
fucking
thing up? They're like,
Somebody that's very Asian.
yes.
I'm gonna say it. They're Asian as
Yes.
fuck. Because they even spelled cooperation like that.
Cooperation.
Cooperation.
Spell it like it sounds, right? You take trash all the way trash can outside. Don't bring here. It's in the trash can in here. You take outside here. You don't bring here.
No pee in trash can. Fuck you, Rondai.
Fuck you.
You fill up trash can in here. There's no big trash can in here.
Oh my
Big trash can outside.
me put MSC enough kill outfit. You go now.
You've been
I
here
love
all day. You
jumping.
go now.
Jumping, it's fucking
That's
funny as
crazy.
fuck, dude.
What's on the
I,
menu?
I thought for sure
they sell
that
chicken.
I thought for sure that when he came in laughing his ass off, is that the cleaning lady walked in
in on
there.
him.
No, just, I
She
read
hasn't
the-
walked in on you yet, huh?
I read the first sign, and then I turned to look at there's another sign. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why, really is a big problem of people taking their trash from the offices and dumping it in the
Oh, they don't want to
bathroom?
go downstairs and then walk
Oh my
the
God.
fucking,
Out to the trash
30
can.
yards to the
Yeah.
trash can.
Yeah.
And they don't want to walk an extra 10 feet to the toilet.
Apparently.
Right.
That's what I was
Like, I'm going to
thinking.
dump my
like,
trash here
I-
and pee
no.
on it.
But it's like, but the cleaning lady, I thought for sure that he, because she's like so nonchalant. She always walks in on me. I was sitting there taking a
waits for
piss,
you.
and she walks in. She goes, "Hola,"
yeah, I was gonna say,
and she just starts
they don't care.
cleaning and blah blah. And then now it's gone to the point where it's like, "How are you?" You know.
Y'all are like best friends now.
And now I got to the point where if I'm inside, now we have a conversation.
You need me to hold that for you?
You know, I'm waiting for that one.
You
You
need
know,
clean
it's like,
towel.
oh my god, you know.
Housekeeping.
She just goes about her business like it's like oh yeah, like it's another day at the park, you know. And here I am shaking it.
That's
You
awesome,
know?
man. We started out talking about shit, and we're ended in the
and we're
bathroom
in
again.
the bathroom.
It's back rally. What do you expect?
Oh man.
Atsuko
that's
says
great.
she is scared of you.
Oh, my girl, man. I don't even know how she deals with me. I really don't.
I know.
Because tell me, because you've been Otsko. You've been Otsko, yeah? No?
Yeah.
Are we not like she's very like
You're-
laid back,
You
very
guys are
reserved,
polar opposites.
totally polar opposites.
Polar opposites. Yep.
What the hell?
But you know what though? It's face value. Because deep inside, she's just like you.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, especially when she gets her clothes off.
Oh.
Oh! Another show.
All right.
We gotta have a porn show.
Freak on a leash.
When are we going to have the stripper show?
Oh, very good. Now this guy's gonna get me in fucking trouble. with
Hell
the
yeah.
strippers.
Yeah.
We could bring the dirt bikes in here and set up a whole show and the whole thing.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Yeah.
Be a little
Motorhoes
crusty.
are the best.
Yeah, a little crusty action in here.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Well, it's like Chris is fucking. He's got his street bikes. He's got this dirt bikes. It's like, do you be like going, oh my god? And then
Yeah,
there's a hill right there, like literally, he's on top of the hill.
Oh God, yeah.
I miss my dirt bike.
Those are not your dirt bikes,
Those are my boys.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. The 125 is Taylor's, the 2-stroke, and then the Honda 450 is Tori's. I used to have a RMZ 450, and Christy was like, you don't ride it that much anymore. You should just sell it. I'm like, yeah, but it's paid for. And she's like, yeah, but you don't use it.
See, I stopped riding the
Okay.
dirt because that's where I got hurt.
Ah,
See that?
bleh.
That's a nice little scar. Yeah.
3 fingers. I could stick 3 fingers down in my neck. You could see.
The fuck is that?
Everything.
What the fuck is that?
Raining outside.
Is that your fault?
Is that your fun?
Yeah, so we had.
Yeah, see,
There
I
was a
stopped
lot
riding
more
dirt
in that
bikes. I got hurt always in the dirt. I never got hurt on the track.
Yep.
Ever.
In the dirt. Yeah. This is how we end the
You
show.
know, so this is that's what I like to listen to. Well, actually, more like Five Finger Death Punch. If I'm on the track, but you know what? I got popped.
For wearing earphones?
Yeah, I
You
was
can wear
sitting
one
there.
earphone.
No, not on the track.
That's
No,
why.
no,
Oh,
you
on the
can't
track,
wear-
no.
They
no,
don't
no,
fuck
no.
with you. They don't
That's why
fuck
I
with these
started
kids
putting a Bluetooth
anymore.
speaker on the bike.
No. Well, see, I had him. I had him at Horse Thief last year, and I have one. Now I'm just rocking out, right? Well, I did the same thing. We did the
gonna die, yo.
PDW. We did the PDW, and then you know, our session. You're supposed to do 2 laps,
And then come
and
in
then
for-
go into the hot pit, right?
Right.
Well, here I am. I'm rocking out, dude, right? And I'm just like, "Rah!" And I'm, well, then all of a sudden I get the black flag, and it's like, it's one big shit. So I'm like, oh shit. So and I'm like, okay, shit. So as I'm coming around, and before I get to the hop, and I reach in my leathers, and I just tap my button and turn it off, and then Adrian.
You're gonna die.
Not Adrian. What's Andrea? Andrea was there, and so I pull up and she says, I go, hey, what's up? She goes, well, you're doing actually really well, but you're supposed to come in after every 2 laps. You're just going.
Yeah.
But I was this was Saturday. I was there on Friday with all of us goofballs just like hauling ass all day. I was like, "Rrr," you know, I complete, but I got the music in me.
Yeah.
But I had to hit the button.
If we can't wear headphones, is there any rules that we can't set up a large PA system in the parking lot and crank it for all the bikes that are out there?
Just be like mine. I got my radio on my bike. I just crank up my built-in radio.
That's,
Are you allowed to do that on the
satellite
track?
radio.
Justin was perfect
I don't
example.
let
remember
anyone tell me I
when I
can't.
was out there flagging, and I think I was up in turn 8 flagging, and I remember Justin coming up the hill and he's rocking Pantera, and he's just like going into the turn. And I was like, yeah, dude. I mean, it was just so awesome.
Well,
you know?
well, Diesel Dave does the same thing. Him and Jim, they've got their, but that's on Horse Thief, and that's with the instructors. So
instructors,
it's not
yeah.
like a track day.
right.
But
track
the
days,
track
it
days they
wouldn't
say,
be
you
acceptable,
you can't have that. But anyways, I got busted, so I'm sitting there and
Busted.
well, it wasn't because of my
Beastie
headphones.
Boys.
It's because I was having so much fun. I did exactly what I talked about earlier. Is I went and this rider was in front of me, and I'm like going, fuck, man, and it was kind of following the same line, but then started drifting wide. And I'm going, you know what? Let me cut this person. Let me take out. So as I went to pass, this person started to go wide. So now the buffer.
Shit, yeah.
So it wasn't my fault, but I got the
You got the flag.
not just the
Pointed
flag, I
at
got
you.
the pointed at
It's
me.
pointed at you.
So now I'm coming around, and when I pull into the start finish, they're like the guy looks at me and so and he's like going up, and he goes and he looks down the bottom of my helmet, and there's my wires. And he says, dude, take your helmet off. I'm like, oh, I'm busted. So I took my helmet off, and dude, you can't wear that shit. And he was like really up front. He was like pretty pissed off. He was like, dude, what the fuck are you thinking?
Track X is they don't tolerate
Yeah,
that.
I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I didn't know. I'm sorry. He goes, you know what, dude? Sit out this session.
Oh, no way.
I was already halfway through the session. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem, dude. No problem. I'm sorry, dude. I fucked up. So I went. But you know what? The thing is, we were at Chuck. When we were at Chuck, this was like at Street. So now this is a few months later. We're at Chuck, and he was riding around. This is the end of Saturday, and he came up and because he remembers my boys.
Right.
Drake crashing 100 miles an hour in turn 2 at Big Willow, and then Dylan putting the dent in the fence, right? So he comes and he says, hey, so how's your boys do it? Oh, he says, well, hey, where's your boys? I go, they had family shit going on, for the holidays, And he's like, oh yeah, well, and then he says, so you're not listening to music today, are you? You know, like, oh man,
he
see,
remembered
I was like,
you.
yeah, you got me.
yeah,
man.
he had you on the radar.
Yeah, but he was like really cool about it. He's like, oh yeah, he goes, yeah, you know, I'm like, I did fuck up. It just it gets me in that thing. He goes, yeah, but you have to be able to hear. If there's a bike behind you, that way you're.
But what's the difference in wearing earplugs? What's the difference?
No, because you can still hear.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You can still hear.
Depends on how loud you're listening to your music. True.
No, my shit. No, I'm fuck that. I'm
rocking.
not listening to fucking Pantera or Five Finger Death Punch, dude. And I'm on it, dude. I can't hear at the bikes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Those are my buddies are all their Harleys, dude. I get like 10 or 12 Harleys around me. I just have to feel my bike. I can't even I
The
can't
vibration.
Yeah, I can't even freaking hear my bike. It's like, holy shit.
I like mine because it gets really loud once you like start revving it up. It's just little 600, but it sounds like a really angry bee.
it does. I like CBRs. They just have that thing. What kind of exhaust do you have on yours?
Two brothers.
Yoshimura?
Yoshimura. I'm like, fuck, I can't remember.
Yokohama?
It's a
Those
Yokohama.
types,
Yokohama.
Well, I mean, there's so many bike manufacturers.
Man, I can't wait. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try out the
bunch of
new
them.
Lightning electric motorcycle, and that thing it's a liquid
what is a
cooled
Lightning?
electric engine. I can't wait to like hear and feel how that thing is. Just
I'm not
imagine
gonna-
a bike like when we were talking about riding with the new technology. Imagine a bike without a transmission. That's gonna be weird. I'm gonna
Oh,
be
dude,
like,
going
what the
from
fuck do
0
I
to
do with
80
my
and not
left
shifting
side?
And no clutch? Yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
It's
I'll pass.
awesome, dude.
But
no
they
way.
make the same company makes the world's
Dude, you'd
fastest
be-
production bike available right now out of
Dude, if
gas
you-
and electric. So
See,
electric
you
is
gotta
really
do-
getting
see,
good.
you gotta go with me and go ride these things, man. It's like
No, I
fucking awesome. It's,
As soon as I get it, I'm going to take it to a track day and everybody can ride it.
I want to get like one of everything. I want to have like 80 bikes in my garage, just like
Yes.
electric bike, my freaking
I want a
ultra
Triumph,
limited,
too.
my S1000RR, and other
yeah.
RT. Like I want to have one of everything.
Well, I have no problem with the electric bike, but the thing is like
Everything's purpose built.
yeah.
I mean,
well,
depends on what
it's
you're
like
doing.
It's a
like-
track bike, too.
Well, look at the Can-Am, the Spider.
Yeah,
You know, I took the 3-wheel
they
clinic.
had a big thing this
Great.
weekend out at AMO. We
We teach it. We
there.
teach it at SoCal.
Yeah, I know they do. We do too.
There's 6 of them inside the container.
We do too, but there's something going on. Lee came down with a bunch of people from Colorado. I don't know,
I don't know whatever, but we just
It's a
taught
big
one.
deal. They're
We
making
just
it
taught
a
one a
big
few
deal.
weeks ago. But I took the course. They are a hoot to ride, absolute hoot. But I won't want to own one. I would want to rent one
Yeah.
to go on like for a weekend of just going on a tour because they're very comfortable. But for me personally, it's not me. Like the
right.
electrical bike, I'm an internal combustion kind of guy. I get the whole instant power right then and there, but is it manageable? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
everything's
it's
everything's
crazy,
so
dude.
sensitive.
It's so smooth, linear. The brakes feel just like a normal bike. It's crazy, dude. I thought.
But I also need to hear. I need to hear that exhaust note. I'm 52 fucking years old, dude. I've heard exhaust
I'll
notes
be
my whole
50 next
fucking
week.
life.
Okay,
right
I have an
behind you,
idea
dude.
for that. You get a Bluetooth speaker and you put the engine noise on it. You
Right?
crank up the engine noise
You know
on the
what?
speaker.
I thought that
Kind of
too,
like putting
but
a card in your spokes when you're on your bicycle.
Yes, exactly.
you don't need a sound because there's a hum to the electric motor. It has a.
I don't
it
know.
winds up,
I need to hear it.
Yeah, I
the
thought so.
liquid cooled one's
It's-
going to sound
I
different
thought
too.
so.
But
It's,
usually
it's
they have
the
a lot of
package.
bands.
I'm just saying, it's just the
The
package.
package. You'll have the package.
I need the,
You need
I need
the
the whole
package?
package.
He needs the
I've
package.
got the
You know?
package.
He needs a
It-
package.
To me, it's like I've got my girl at school, but she doesn't have any tits. Don't. You're like going, okay, well shit. I need titties. I need boobies. Put them back on her. That's like the electric bike. You're taking something away from me. I was wondering where he was going with that. I need the exhaust note.
You need the exhaust.
I need to I need to
Says the guy
shift.
that's never ridden an electric bike.
I'm just saying. I need to shift. I'm not saying that I'm against it, but I'm saying that it was great.
Yeah, it's going to be something
It was
completely
great
different.
with a 3-wheel, but
Yeah.
it was different. It just wasn't.
To me, it's like,
me.
is it going to be
You
like
know that's
riding a
bleeding
scooter?
everything, and you can turn that thing off anytime you want, Mike. But it just I need the whole package. You know, I just need the whole package.
You know what? Okay. just like you can buy tits, and have those added on bolt-ons. You can buy a machine.
Buy some big old speakers.
that gives you the motorcycle sound.
Actually, I thought about this.
It's called internal combustion.
I thought about this for electric cars too. Just make an actual muffler with a speaker inside that just makes like really loud fucking engine noise,
Yeah.
and you can switch. Like imagine you're on
No
a
way,
motorcycle
dude.
and you put it on an 18-wheeler fucking sound.
No. The greatest thing ever. Okay, so I rode the bike. Like it had a 100-mile range. I rode it for like 75 miles. Still had like 30 miles. I got back to the dealer, but I rode the thing everywhere, and it was like June, like hot day in June, right? And I'm sitting at a stoplight going, "There's no vibration. There's no sound. There's no exhaust, and it's cool." Is it still going?
Yeah, but the engines do heat up a lot.
Babe, I saw you sitting outside. I'll be down in just a
If you're
minute.
racing though.
wife's out
Okay,
there.
so it wasn't hot.
Oh,
It didn't have
Tucker,
the,
come
the
on.
normal heat. Sitting at a stoplight wasn't there, and it was like crazy. So I went up in the mountains, South Pass, and I was coming back down. There was a couple walking a dog, and I was coming down this little narrow road, and it was the funniest thing ever because it was like they don't make any noise. They just have a little buzz noise to them, right? But I'm off the throttle and it's regenning going down the hill, and the couple was walking their dog, and I went by and they stopped. And they watched me go by, then they turned around and looked at me. And I'm looking in the mirror, I'm watching them in the mirror. And they were stopped in their tracks watching me. They
That
couldn't
thing had
figure
no
out,
sound.
there's no noise. What on earth is that? And that's what the look they gave me was, there's no noise.
So what do you think's gonna happen? Two brothers, Yoshimura, M4. Dude, those businesses will fold. I don't
Well,
see.
everything's going to have to go
see-
electric eventually anyway. We're
eventually.
running out of gas.
I'm just saying.
It's going to be gone. I mean, we're old. It's going to be gone.
Not in
within
our
our
life.
We will be
lifetimes.
old and gone. We'll never
Not
see
yeah,
it. We'll
yeah,
never
not in our lifetime.
Believe me, I've got plenty of gas.
But anyways, you know what? Though? We've had a great time.
We have.
It's always a
We
great
have.
time on Bike Rally,
And we always have plenty of gas.
and we really appreciate everybody chiming in. It's awesome, and it's nice when we do longer shows. Because people start getting out because they have to go to bed.
They gotta go to bed.
But you know what? They will always go back and they'll review it where they left off, which is awesome. Because Biker Alley is the that's the best.
lot of fun.
That's our best show.
It's an out of control show, man. We're fucking nuts on this show.
Right?
Like someone's like, "Is this a bike show or are we talking about shit?"
we're
Are we talking about
shit.
dirty diapers? The hell, boobies and all that. That's bikes. Yeah. Okay. well,
But you know what? We didn't touch base on tampons.
Oh my God. We'll save that one for the next
For the
one.
next one. Next show, tampons.
So,
Time
anyways.
of the month action.
So, anyways, everybody, thanks for chiming in.
Thank
we
you
really
very much.
appreciate your support, and
right. Be
we have
safe,
we have a
ride
great
safe.
time, and I'm glad we can entertain people.
Yeah. Live life on two wheels. It's
Right?
much better that way. Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Shiny
That's
side
the
up.
life. At least people get to understand that the biker life is not like hardcore 1% bullshit. We're just a bunch of goofballs.
That's right.
Majority of us are just a bunch of goofballs, just living life, having a great time,
And, like, to go fast.
and love
Right?
the whole family of it. And not to mention,
Yes.
where's the best places to eat? Where bikers and truckers go.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying,
Exactly.
Destination food.
right?
like
we
and
need to go to Play
Justin
Bob again.
and Justin was the epitome of that because he was in search
Chicken
of
fried steak.
the best chicken fried steak.
And Flay Bob is pretty damn close.
Yes, it
That's
was
pretty
because
good.
we went after his funeral. We went over
awesome.
to Flay Bob and we all had
Chicken fried
chicken
steak.
fried
And
steak.
what am I doing? Just like Justin does,
And-
eating.
And we ordered
Arms
just
all
a plate
eating.
of
Crush
chicken fried steak as well.
Crinkly, freaking.
Yep. And
chip
This last
bags.
weekend on Sunday, I went up to Hesperia to go see my son up in prison, and we got there a little late. Christy had on the wrong stuff, she couldn't wear blue jeans, and so we ended up going to Denny's, and I ordered chicken fried steak. Yeah, from my boy Justin. So it was not disappointing actually. Denny's, you would think, okay, it's middle of the road, but
Oh, you went to
was-
Denny's?
It was quite tasty.
Was it good food?
It's good.
It's good
Yes,
food?
it was good. Yes.
Nice.
If you go to McDonald's, it's
And
good
it-
too.
And then later,
You go
I
there?
Chicken
push
fried
and I
steak there.
push.
Oh, you're pushing? Yeah.
Well, hopefully that I'll get Otsko at one of the track days. I
Oh,
know
you do a
she
little
doesn't-
push later? Yeah.
She gets a little nervous when she's kind of apprehensive about seeing us go fast.
Fast?
You know what I mean? But
You know
no,
what? She'll
she's-
come out and have a good
that
I
time
think she
fast.
will because I think she really had a good time with
with Christine.
with yeah. No, not just Christine. She loves Christine, but
Tony and Susan.
yes, Susan, yeah, because
Yeah.
she's Asian girls,
All them damn Asian girls.
Because I came in, they're just like talking it up, and he's talking her into getting a bike. I'm like, oh, okay, really didn't want her to ride a bike, a track bike
You want her to ride
Yeah.
a bike. You do.
on the track, yes. On the track, I said that outright right there. I was like, on the track, I have no problem her doing that, but not on the street, no.
And on the bed, too. The Zig bike. Zig bike.
She rides the Zig bike very well.
The Zig bike has nice tits.
She makes Mark Marquez a wimpy. That's for sure.
Actually,
I love.
Zig's losing her, so I don't know. She might not
Yeah.
like
That's
that.
great.
Thank you for your cooperation.
You'll take trash to a trash can. No, it's okay, it's right there.
Love you, Muffin.
Oh,
She's definitely just the heart and soul of me. Like, thank God for you putting up with me.
Oh my god!
And then of course all these fucking guys too. You know?
Thanks, babe. Thanks for putting up with me.
But yeah, exactly, right. And Beth too. You
We
know?
know the
Gosh, it's like
Yeah, that's that
We
poor
get,
woman.
I think that the next time we come in, we need to give props to our girls.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I mean they're all moms, and they all get nervous about watching the kids do crazy shit, and not so much Christy because Christy's on the track.
She's my wild.
But I'm not going to speak for Beth, but I know that my boy's mom, she really gets, it just drives her nuts. She loves seeing the boys in the track, but it still drives, it just.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then, and Oscar's apprehensive because she doesn't want to see us doing that.
See, Beth wouldn't care. Beth rode start riding dirt bikes at 4.
Yeah?
So
Okay.
she's, in fact, when I first met Beth, she went to the desert with us. So had all the dirt toys out there. So she got on my RMZ 450 and rode it. My boys were like, their jaws went,
Mom!
She can ride better than us.
what?
Okay.
I mean, she got on it, kickstarted, started up, and took off.
Because say something, then it's just me.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's just me.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
There's
But,
always
we'll
time.
get her going.
There's always
Get her
time.
going. Yeah.
And
The best place to learn is the dirt.
I
Enter
have
the
no
dirt.
I have no problem getting Otsko on the track.
You would take it to
And
the dirt
I
and learns. It's very good dirt training there.
because Susan was saying like, yeah, just get an R6. No,
No. An R3.
no,
Oh, yeah.
R3
R3. Yes.
should be fine.
Oh, she'll love it. She'll
Yeah.
love it.
Get it like a Grom or something really easy.
Oh
to
my
ride.
God, this fucking
Really
you know what?
easy.
You know what? Mike,
Have
you're fucking
fun with
fired,
it.
dude. Grom. This fucking
that's
guy. Yeah,
right.
let me take a Grom to the track, dude. Those are
Yeah.
pit bikes, dude. This
Well,
fucking
you should
guy.
have fun with it.
That's okay. You know what? I'll put her on.
I got you,
R3.
Atsuko. I'll get you a Grom.
I'll work with Otsko. Just
Yeah.
to the T, and then she'll be fucking. Seeing why I call him Freight Train because she'll be in front while
got no
his
problem with that.
fucking all his lights
I'll
are.
light her up. I'll light her up. Turn on the lights. I'll
All right, guys. Anyways, thanks for
light up
chiming
the
in.
night.
We love you guys supporting Bike Rally and the Zig Zone, dude. And then next Monday, it's just going to be I'm calling it the WFF show. Or WTFF show.
You mean the next show?
What the fucking fuck
What
show?
the fucking fuck show? Okay.
Because it's just, there's a lot of stuff that I see and I deal with, and that everybody deals with. When you see, when I bring it up, all the subjects, it's gonna be great. So,
Awesome.
anyways, it's the What the Fuck show next Monday, and then we have the Fall Monday. After that, we have
It's my new band called Family of Light.
very
Yes.
good. They're kind of like a Santana.
Yeah.
Santana.
Is that solar light or is that?
Yeah. Hippie light. It's cool though. Like with that name, I would have assumed it'd be like something that it's not. It's just like really,
Like
really
Christian
good jam band.
The band of light.
Yes.
Right. So I started making a long goodbye.
Praise the Lord.
You want to shut us off on the Mevo there and
for Justin.
we've left here and the Mevo was still going. We forgot to shut the goddamn thing off. So anyways, but love everybody and remember
Love everybody.
remember to tell everyone around you that are close to your heart. Always tell them that you love them because it might be
That's right.
it might be the last
Every time.
words you say to them.
That's right.
That's why when I leave these guys here, I'm gonna say I love you. Love you, brother.
Absolutely.
It's the last thing I'm gonna say to them. So, anyways, remember, love everybody. Love you guys, and be safe and keep your shining side up.
Yeah, it was off the hook.
Yeah.
Jordan's gonna go. Fuck, man!
I missed a great show.
That time to get sick.
Turn these things off too.
No, I just found that the Krusty's original soundtrack. I'm like, oh shit, that was like Ragdoll, you gonna die? Remember when?